Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the North American semifinals here for PCMO. My name is Mustache Dave, joined with Smash Shouts. We had a couple days off.
Yeah.
Time to do some research, kind of dig into the community, see what is going on backstage. We got quite the storylines today, but first we got some housekeeping.
Well, we do, but if you missed any of the semifinals before this, we are halfway through the semifinals now. You can check out the PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel. We're at 940-odd thousand subscribers. I was checking that earlier.
So close.
If we can get to a milli, I'll be very happy with that. But you need the game as well, guys. You need to get on the iOS App Store, the Google Play Store, get the game, get your Daryl Dixon motorcycle skin. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
You can hoon around on that, get your mates on the back.
I'm not going to lie. I keep losing points on the board. I keep running into ambushes and losing like 3 points. So currently, I'm at like 15. I can't even get to 60 to unlock the AKM skin, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
I'm going to keep grinding, though. I only got 10 more days left, though, to get the AKM
Only 10
skin.
more days?
Only 10. Not for the Daryl Dixon motorcycle skin, but for the AKM skin. So wish me luck on my voyage out there. First map of the day is going to be Erangel, as you guys see right there. Make sure you go subscribe. Ooh, nice looking map. Just getting them ready. Just getting them ready.
We're just reminding you where we are because it has been a few days off.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of time to rest and relax a little bit.
Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok.
Yeah, that's what. Oh.
Are we? I think we might be wrong.
No. Erangel. Sanhok.
Oh.
Miramar.
Erangel. Hey, I was testing you there. I was testing you. It's been a couple days.
I've had my morning coffee.
What do you want to talk about so far? I mean, what should we look at today moving into the game?
Well, returning now to the semifinals, there was a few teams that didn't quite kick into gear, but if you're going to kick into gear, now is the time because we are in those semifinals. We had 24 matches in the group stage. We had 4 of the groups. Eventually, we bid farewell to 8 of the teams, and we moved on to the semifinals where we find ourselves now. We played 24 matches with 24 teams. After that, we eliminate 8 again, get our top 16. We'll play 10 matches for them. And then we'll decide, that will really decide who goes through to that Global Championships in Malaysia. And who's into the prelims. It's going to be really nail-biting stuff because the top of the board, it is pretty close at the moment. And it is going to be the top 16 that do survive from the semifinals.
Bottom 8, they will be getting a boot. And that's one thing to note today. 6 out of the bottom 8 squads are playing in today's matches. So very important day for those 6 teams to try to make it on out there. All teams currently sitting at 8 games played each. Here are the points that the squads will be receiving if they get that steamy chicken dinner. That's going to be 20 points. Second place, 14 points. Third place, 10 points. Goes down from there. And we give you 1 point for showing up if you are in 11th through 16th. But kills.
Kills are important.
Very important.
We saw Raven rocking up enough kill points for himself almost to qualify. He's been crazy on the end of that gun at the moment. So he's our kill leader. Yeah,
right?
Raven.
From the Unnamed. He'll be playing here today. Currently sitting at around 3.3k damage. Not going to be the damage leader, even though they have the most kills. So a lot of these kills are going to be getting the quick flushes out here, stealing them. And here's the teams that will be participating today, Smash.
Yeah, we got one of the interesting teams here is Infinex Gaming. They had a really dominant group stage. They were absolutely wrecking it, but they haven't managed to find that form in the semifinals so far. As you mentioned, 6 of the bottom 8 are featuring today. Teams like Blood and Loyalty, HQA. They're going to need to get a little bit of wriggle on to secure themselves some points because they've only got 2 games, or 2 days, I should say, of games left, right? Every team plays
2 days?
Yeah, so they only play 8 games, which is 2 game days.
Yeah.
So you can't really afford to have a bad game day if you're down the bottom of that ladder. Another one to watch out for is the Twitter beef. The Twitter beef, Spacestation Gaming getting into that with Team Totality. Yeah. So they're starting to throw shots at each other. Of course, Spacestation Gaming weren't shy of throwing shots themselves earlier on.
They started it. They started it about last week, and then you saw the reply. Spacestation said, A for effort. So I feel like that's like.
I feel like they're playing it cool,
Yeah, playing it cool, but I feel like it's like A for effort. That's like something like how the teams that get 11th through 16th get 1 point.
Yeah, okay.
1 point for effort. So I feel like that's a low blow when it comes to Spacestation sending it out there to Team Totality.
But they would have all been grouped around their little breakfast table, Spacestation Gaming fellas, cooking that up in the lab.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
They would have been, definitely brainstorming that one up at the brekkie table.
So some interesting things real quick about HQA Wang. All right, HQA Wang and Latinos Unidos Da Vinci.
2 of our favorite players, actually.
2 of our favorite players.
Wang had that massive clutch, and Da Vinci, well,
you say massive clutch here.
Okay.
Only 1 kill.
Only 1 kill.
According to the stats on the website, 1 kill from both the players, but they're sitting at around 1 point something K damage.
That is a lot of damage for 1
kill. These two players are putting up massive points when it comes to the damage, but just not able to secure these kills. So definitely contributing to the team, you know, of course. Maybe they don't get the flush, but they're going to be the entry fraggers here, I guess you can say, putting in all the damage. That's interesting.
It's an important role too, that entry. Getting in there and really clearing out the angles, maybe getting the information so your team can come in and follow up. A lot of places to entry frag on this map, as it is Erangel, one of our bigger maps, and it's got a lot of compounds. A lot of people know this map like the back of their hand.
They can close their eyes and pretty much run around with their thumbs and, you know, they'll know where they're at.
Well, some of the driving has looked like they've been closing their eyes, but it's been getting better as the tournament's progressed, actually. I've been very critical of the driving because it is such an important part of the rotation system in PUBG Mobile. And teams getting better at it is always good. We see the plane is a pretty rinky-dink one to start on the day. Primorsk to Milta Power, so that's going to cut out a lot of the northern side. You'd say north of Rozhok is going to be difficult to get to, but of course there are these nice windy roads on Erangel that have a lot of cars around, so teams won't be too upset by this plane at all.
And this is something that we continue to talk about when we see these planes, is that a lot of teams, they drop out, but then they end up looting like Gatka, Pachinki, Shelter, Prison. They loot pretty close to that plane path.
Yeah.
I would like to see them send it farther. Like you said, the vehicles, get in a vehicle, send it to Severny, send it to the shooting range, send it to Zarki, North George, because at least when it comes to that, you'll know that you'll be able to get loot with a safety net around you. Like, you'll know no one's going to be around you for some time because everyone's hot dropping right there on the flight plane.
Yeah, so it certainly is a strategy that you can employ because the fact that the first circle is usually pretty easy to rotate in. There's lots of room to muck around.
But we don't really see that here.
No, we don't really see too much of it. There is the occasional team that when they are parachuting, they might see a car and call, look, fellas, let's pull up. As we see Clue in the buggy. He's spotted a fella, but using the trees to...
That's your boy down there.
There's my boy. Oh, get out of there.
I saw a bullet. Oh, I saw a bullet shoot over here. So Team 9, they are going to have some backup when it comes to some bullets here. But
Monarch. Get out of there.
Yeah, Monarch got tagged a little bit. Monarch's trying to run away. Monarch dodging it once again with this nice little pirate hat. Trying to sail away over here using these trees. One thing for Monarch, there's a ton of trees, so they could be able to juke him.
Trees are your best friend.
I see another vehicle coming too.
Oh no, they might sandwich him. Oh, this guy has there we go. The shotgun comes in.
We gotta set a rule here, man. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, if
you
you're playing,
bring a gun to a fight like this.
To a car fight.
To a car fight.
Well, early days, Monarch. He is the first player to go out of semi-final day number 4. So unfortunate for him, but he'll have a lot of time to catch up on all the activities he's missed out. Maybe he's relaxing still, you know?
That's one way to put it.
That's one way to put it. I mean, you got to look at the positives, really, as we are on board scene.
If I was them, I would be extremely furious. But then you have to think, why were they so far away from their squad members there? I didn't see any of their teammates near.
Bit of an odd one. Maybe woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Needs to shake it off. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, boss.
So, Ben.
Yep, what have you got for me?
Let me talk about Beowulf here a little bit here. Last week, if you can recall, Cloud9, a couple questionable plays from the squad, right? When it comes to rotations, when it comes to placement points. And I reached out to Beowulf, and they mentioned that they were experimenting a lot last week. Beowulf, I believe, the IGL, so they were trying new things. Beowulf,
not a bad shout.
Yeah, Beowulf recognized that those new things, although they tried it, didn't necessarily work out here today. Coming into today, they're in 4th place, so they definitely have room to wiggle when it comes to qualifying for the next stage. But Beowulf said, today and this week, we're going to concentrate on getting better placements. We're going to set aside the experimentation, play our game, and move forward, you know?
Yeah, that's something that we saw in other regions as well. In the first half of the semifinals, you'd say, because, you know, you do have those... You have 4 game days in total. So the first 2 game days, teams were looking to experiment a little bit and try, especially the top teams, because they knew that 115, 117 points, that's about your marker to get into the top 16, as we've seen from other regions.
Yeah.
So teams were experimenting at the start. Maybe if they got themselves 60 to 80 points, they were happy with that because they knew they could make it up in the back end if they really had to.
Most likely, right?
Right, yeah. So that's actually well identified from the C9 squad, because you also want to be going in on your top form going into those finals as well. You don't want to be going in after dropping out early, experimenting in the back end of the semifinals. So getting some good form and momentum is very important. And I saw a few power rankings from the community.
Oh, did you? Power rankings.
Like top 5 PUBG mobile players at the moment. Beowulf was one that featured pretty heavily up at the top end of that. Players like Sixless were up there. Jagger from the Pittsburgh Knights was up there as well.
I mean, Beowulf, only 19 years old, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of young players.
The IGL, multiple teams. They've been on Gangstar, Super Villains, Nova Esports. The 4-finger claw is a strategy that they use here, the grip. So I don't know if they used the gyro, though. I didn't notice that on the, like you said, the community
the
player
cards,
cards. The cards, those are pretty sick.
Those are really fantastic,
nice.
Actually. They're something that I haven't seen.
I would buy them and like carry them around and trade them.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if they get to the global championships, maybe we can
have them sign them.
That's it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
So yeah, like you said, 6 a.m. King. This is pretty much the most competitive lobby that these teams can get into, right? Besides scrims and other tournaments. So it makes sense for them to try to practice new strategies early on compared to later on into the semifinals.
Certainly. It does make sense to practice strategies against opposition that you'll probably be facing off against eventually. As King G does bleed out. He was caught alone here in the radio tower with the broken golf ball on top.
Satellite? It's like, it's like satellite.
It just looks like a golf ball that Tiger Woods took a big swing at, mate.
Observatory, I believe is the proper
Observatory.
name for it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's going to be observing King G's death.
Not a lot of action early on, surprisingly.
No, we've had a few players picked off, but we haven't had much. Juicy, another player that was mentioned in that top players list. Actually, a lot of Spacestation Gaming, they've got some big names.
Getting a lot of love out there.
They are getting a lot of love, and I'd like to see them translate that love into performances because they aren't sitting too hot at the moment. Seventh
place with 50 kills and 51 placement points. So they're at 101 when it comes to those points here.
I'm just waiting for them to explode and have a really big day, maybe like a 80, 90 point day, and really, cement themselves as a top 3 team in the region because they certainly have the player ability to do it. It's just a matter of everything clicking. And when it does click, they're going to be very scary. This is another very scary squad when it's all clicking. Infinex. We saw Chris have a fantastic group stage, or fantastic stage. So this is the standings we have at the moment, fellas.
Here we go.
And fellas.
Named Team Totality, Tribe Gaming. Tribe Gaming, 3 chicken dinners last week.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
They were in 15th?
15th all the way up.
Yeah, they shot all the way up to 3rd place. That was probably the biggest point gain that we've seen here when it comes to the semifinals for sure, as we are going to see Avapxia Killer take some shots onto Anger out there. Going to be whipping a couple of them. We'll be getting the easy tap from behind from ATP.
ATP are another one of those squads that have been so consistent everywhere they've played, and look for that to keep up because I just feel like they don't take unnecessary risks on the side of ATP Gold. They just find themselves in fantastic positions all the time, and they manage to get the most out of them, or near to the most out of them they can.
So talking about a fantastic position, they're actually kind of split there. They got 2 members over there at Sunken City, and we see Easy over here and his squad member not too far away. So they have a nice little split going on, and that's why we were able to see them take a couple shots at Space Station, kind of going through that Death Valley ravine while those hills.
This isn't a hotly contested area usually too. When the circle is like it is at the moment, which is pretty much smack bang center in the map, by the way, Rozhok is round about center. You don't really see these compounds and these roads be contested too much. So Sunken City isn't a place teams generally want to find themselves inside, but ATP have been using it because they know it isn't contested. So they can find these nice places to find rotating teams, and it's actually worked very well in the past for them. I believe they won an Erangel map off that.
Off of it, yeah.
Yeah, off that position alone.
Not too crazy about this Infinex push into this compound because you see it's down there. It's at the low ground of the hill. We saw Team Totality on the high ground looking down. I feel like you can easily get pinned down there. But talking about teams getting pinned down, Avapxia, they have a nice little dip, nice little hills to keep them some cover for the time being. I believe they're pretty centralized. Like you said, we are going to see the next circle pop. I believe they will be favored. Hopefully, though, for their sake, they're geared out. They're set because they're not going to be able to move from here.
No, they're going to get, unless the circle gifts them, it's going to be a pretty difficult position to get out of. There it is. It's just shifted it southeasterly a little bit.
Looks like they might be trying to move though. I see them in vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, that position there, you can often see when in end game situations, that can be a grenade crater really there. And you can get blown up pretty easily.
Ooh,
it's not a bad shout, that. Get a 6 or an 8 on that at this stage of the game, and you can put some heavy damage into teams that are trying to rotate.
Is anyone near this?
There's a few teams near it, but I don't think it's such a hotly contested area. I don't think anyone's going to try and stop to get it.
I was looking at some stats on the break too from our last games.
Ooh,
not a lot of teams go for crates. We had about 4 crates being picked up throughout the whole semifinals. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that the crates aren't being used too much. AVX and the side of Space Station Gaming were taking shots at each other. They managed to claim 1 apiece. Angry for Space Station Gaming hit the deck. Not sure if he was able to get back up. He wasn't, as he finally bleeds out. AVX also lost a player out of a car, and here it is getting finished off. Micro TT actually stolen by Easy. So, good positioning there. AVX have actually just run straight into Team Totality as well. So, Ravens lighting up the kill feed on Team 9 as well. So, this is all kicking off now in these rotations. Team 9 have found the Unnamed, which is not where you want to be finding yourself. And 8DP are continuing to punish those rotations. Those are the good positions I was talking about earlier with 8DP finding themselves in the middle of these rotators, in position to spam cars down and really pick people out of windows. So, already cashing in on today. We've seen Blood and Loyalty consistently go to Pachinki and find themselves with
in a fights, right?
Yeah.
Right now, this is Latinos Unidos. So this is the 19th place and the 22nd place squads here. So definitely going to be a big fight, depending on who is the victor of Pachinki here moving forward. That'll be 4 points for kills, and hopefully they'll be able to survive a little longer, as Pachinki is pretty good within circle number 2 here. We are going to see Cobra trying to get an off angle. Smokes are out right now.
Yeah, those are the Latinos Unidos guys smoking up.
Yeah, they were able to get over there.
Got a nice little fanned out spread here on Latinos Unidos. They might be able to find angles, and they do find one angle onto Fantasy. I believe he was actually up on the roof. So he's going to have to slide down if he wants to be revived, which I'd say he probably does.
Probably, most likely.
Oh, he's
going to be thirsted.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there we go. He's going to finish it off right away. So, Blood and Loyalty not getting the best start of this Pachinki engagement, and they might just back off because of that, actually. You'd think so.
There's so much risk that they can take this early on. I mean, there's still 16 teams remaining. Blood and Loyalty, you only have 9 kills and 21 placement points coming into today. They are in that bottom 8. Like you said, there's only 2 more days to go per squad here. They want to make it. They need to play their best PUBG Mobile they can play here.
Yeah, they can't afford too many games. You'd think they could afford 1 or 2 bad games. But
that's over with, though. That was in the past. Like, that period is done.
Yeah, it's time to turn a new leaf.
It's time to turn over.
Start writing your own story, I guess. Change your fortunes. Can be quite difficult, but again, you can change things up. We talked about that before the break, actually, if any team is going to change things up. Well, the circle's changed up, Dave, and it's moved.
Ooh, Roshawk, Roshawk's
school area. The school area is well and truly in play.
Is that HQA?
Yeah, the apartments around there as well. The southern hills of the school area as well. So that's actually a really fun place to end the zone, is those southern hills just south of school.
So this fight can kind of play out a little longer if you do see the mini-map on who's in the edge. Latinos Unidos are going to be camping that edge right there. So Blood and Loyalty will have to push all these roads. They probably have some type of utility when it comes to smokes to be able to do so. If you're Blood and Loyalty, do you try to rotate around Pachinki, get out of harm's way, or do you just send it right through?
Well, I mean, both of these teams are now having poor rotations because of this getting stuck in combat. 44%? That's a lot of damage.
From the squad.
From the squad. Yeah, so that's 44% of his squad's damage he's done. Not a bad shot. That's a tree, mate. Oh, he's pulling up.
Strategic
okay,
pull up.
That's a strategic pull up.
That's the easiest
It didn't look like it.
That's the easiest way to break here. Just cruise into a tree. See Space Station Gaming up there? We saw them earlier in circle number 1. They were kind of driving all over the place.
Yeah, looking for a home.
Looking for home. So it seems like they found one right now.
Oh, he's on board with Raven. He'll be a player to watch, as he's currently the kill leader, and he's had the last day he played was an absolute blinder. I believe he got 20-something kills on the day.
In one day.
In one day. On board with another superstar in Cloud9. There's 4 superstars in Cloud9, you say, as they are starting to spam out the cars. Beowulf on board with him. There is a player very low from the side of B2W. Beowulf can't quite make him out between the trees and the smoke and all the vision obscurity. As Park will be able to heal himself back up, but
yeah,
this is another lineup. Beowulf getting tagged down very low, just manages to get away, but Uneven has been picked up by Rand. So it is Team Unnamed on the Cloud9. It looks like the compound crash is coming in hot and heavy. The Unnamed, they continue their aggression. It is Raven right into the mix straight away. He's going to get the knock here.
Oh.
No, surely it gets turned on.
That was Bucky.
Bucky is getting turned on too. This is all going wrong for the Unnamed very, very quickly as Beowulf has thirsted out Raven. Beowulf does get traded in return, but his teammate is there to pick him back up straight away. So this fight is going to continue on, and you'd think the Unnamed won't give up the aggression. Beowulf could find himself on the deck once more. He's only one shot away. The car explosion doesn't manage to connect with the damage. Nice idea. Just a little bit short. Uneven gets headshot with the last bullet, but both these players so low. Beowulf gets the first aid kit off, and now he's going to go on the aggressive. He manages to get the knock with it. That is fantastic work from the superstar Beowulf. You mentioned he was playing serious now with the rotations. He'll hear the players moving up too. So Bucky has been picked up. He's low on HP, but again, they're just spewing in the Unnamed. They're not afraid of the fight. Uneven has been thirsted out, as you can see on your screen there in the top left. They do manage to find one more, so it could be Beowulf versus the world right now. The Unnamed have turned the fight. Grenade being cooked.
Yep, cooking it. Oh, that was close though. I like the mindset right there. Beowulf gonna be
trying to clutch it up for the team.
Peeking through that window, taking some shots down the stairs right here. 2v1, gonna be pre-firing, gonna be jumping.
So that will be Cloud9 out in 16th place.
Them right there.
What a fight to start the day. The first squad v squad fight.
They got 2 flushes though, right?
They heard him. They heard him. But
the Unnamed being so aggressive right there. I mean, they can afford it. I mean, what, first place coming into today?
146 points.
146, yeah. Team Totality with 138 right behind them. So even though they lost 2 members this early on, they can afford the aggression.
Yeah, another aggressive fight coming out from Latinos Unidos. They've managed to find themselves out of Pachinki, and now they're getting stinky onto Method. And Method's getting the best of this engagement for sure. One player after Latinos Unidos remains. They have got 2 knocks, or 1 knock onto Method, but here we go. It is going to be the finishing blow onto Latinos Unidos. So we'll bid farewell to them for the first game of the day.
Yeah.
A team that needs points. Hasn't managed to find it in the first game. They didn't end up getting a flush as Monarch died of the first.
Yep, that was a 4v3.
So Brand actually cleaned up 4 kills, by the way, so far. So that's very impressive from him to start off.
4v3 right there. Latinos Unidos will be eliminated, like you mentioned. We already got 3 kill leaders on the board for this game, all from the Unnamed. No one's surprised after that first fight. Beowulf was able to clutch those 2 flushes onto the Unnamed, like we mentioned earlier on. Angry from Spacestation Gaming will be already eliminated from this game.
This is dangerous stuff.
Yeah, Spacestation Gaming, they're going to be between HQA. Over there at the Shacks, looks like Juicy's going to be taking some shots. Tempest behind them, but I don't think Tempest wants any of this action. Not right now. No beef from Tempest.
He's just going to try and hear everything at the moment, maybe relay to his team what's happening in this type of area. But this is going to be a really rough situation for the side of Spacestation Gaming, because if AVX decide to reinforce Tempest, which they just very well might, they do have just a little bit of a problem there with Simplicity in the area as well. So this is a lot of squads in that Southern Hills area.
So I wonder
if the circle, by the way, has actually zoned in on that Southern Hills area. Potato Hill is definitely in play.
I wonder if Sixless heard Tempest pull up, because Tempest had a vehicle.
Sixless was paying very close attention to that side, so very well could have heard it pull up and just is waiting now to see what happens. But this is a fight that's going to eventually break out, you'd think, as HQA and the side of Spacestation Gaming. They don't have to move at the moment.
Juicy's pre-firing, trying to make sure that HQA, they stay in their lane. They don't make the push over here.
Tempest
I'm really curious. Yeah, I'm really curious what Tempest is going to do. Here comes a grenade cook from Tempest. We'll have to pay attention to the kill feed. There might be a nice one right behind them. Tempest team members also pulling up on this.
This is bad news for the side of the Pittsburgh Knights, as they are down to their last player. Jagger's been confirmed down.
5 kills
Sam
already.
is the only one up. Easy from ATP, as you can see. 5 kills. So that just might be, it is. It is actually Pittsburgh Knights going out into 13th position. So Another big squad exits the arena. That's Cloud9 and Pittsburgh Knights, both out very early in Game 1. Not the start they'd be hoping for. Sixless on board with him. He's got a VSS with an extended mag. What's new? They have rotated. It is a Potato Hill finish, Dave. What a way to start day 4, Game 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's only game number 1, like you mentioned. You hate to see the Knights already eliminated. I was speaking to Jagger earlier on today. They told me their goal, just make it back to Worlds so that they can redeem themselves. And Jagger and J7, they've been having some roster changes the past couple of months, so they're just trying to find the perfect fit for the squad. I believe they might have found it. I mean, the Knights, 5th place coming into today?
Not a bad start.
Not a bad start. I mean, when it comes to trying to make it back to Worlds, is definitely there within the sight lines, and Jagger said they're going to work on placements today because they've been getting a lot of hard shifts from them, so they're going to concentrate on their rotation. So we'll have to pay attention to them moving on into the next 3 games, as we are going to see the Doc taking some shots at Rolex over there. Rolex will be thirsted by Tempest.
Down.
So Doc's kill stolen.
Unfortunate for the Doc, but that leaves Spacestation Gaming in a really rough situation, but now they only have 2 up. I believe it is Juicy and Sixless that are the 2 remaining.
Look at that west side of the circle.
That is, I mean, jam-packed.
We got 12 teams, right? 38 players alive, but the west side has a majority of our squads here. So it's going to be interesting. Here's a nice aerial view. I mean, this looks like some craziness happening right here.
It is getting real crazy.
Like, you ever had jelly beans, all the different colors? That's
the crazy
You stick a hand in the jelly bean jar. You don't know what you're going to get. That's what the squads are dealing with right now. They don't know who they're going to pull up on.
I really don't like the aniseed jelly beans. They don't do it for me. Sixless actually gets dropped down as well and thirsted out. So that might be the end of Spacestation. They could have Juicy hiding around somewhere. HQA are getting lit up as well. Method trying to enter the fray. 8DP have been on this rotation game all the time. They've been catching so many teams in rotation. Easy, our kill leader for the map so far, has found himself laying in the dirt.
Toss a smoke. They should be able to get a revive. You would hope so. Shifen out here trying to peek, make sure that the coast is clear before they do go for the revive. Here comes another smoke. I believe they should be able to get easy up. 6 kills already for ATP.
Yeah, 5 of them on easy, I believe. So
5 on easy?
Well. I think it was, 5 on easy.
We definitely need to get easy up then.
Yep, definitely do need to get easy up. Also got HH24 that wore a knock, but he's managed to be picked straight back up. Another one of our star players, HH24, had a fantastic tournament so far, so he's looking to continue that on. But as you can see, this is a crazy situation we find ourselves in, as Team Totality are king of the hill at the moment, but everyone is going to be looking to take their throne.
Yeah, I mean, Team Totality, 56 kills coming into today. 10.2k damage as a squad. Tensa with 25 of those kills, and HH24 with 16 of those kills.
That's a lot of kills, as some of the outskirts are starting to get picked off. HH24 has got a HQA member in his sights. I believe Tempest was actually the one to knock him down there. So HH24 is looking to secure that. Oh, he almost gets him too.
Okay.
No, he didn't. He did actually get him. He did get him. So now Team Totality are starting to use their position to their advantage. Juicy goes down, and that is Spacestation Gaming eliminated.
Ooh, Team Totality, they're going to be laughing at that
They're going to be laughing at that one so far. They are getting the better of that Twitter engagement. ATP still sitting in a fantastic position.
Yeah, they're going to be crawling uphill right now.
Yeah, they're snaking their way up. They did lose 1 member, but they did get easy back up, so they're not going to be too unhappy about that.
So the circle kind of centered up right onto Potato Hill. We have this elevation as we are watching ATP trying to crawl up here. Looks like Enigma is going to be spotted by Shifan. Shifan immediately spotted in return for popping up right there from Prophecy from Method. We saw Method earlier. They were able to take a nice squad fight, or squad defend, that is, against the Latinos Unidos. So they're going to have some loot. They're going to have some kills here in name. Here we go. Aerial view. We see a bait crate all the way in the middle just smoking up. I don't think anyone will be going for that one anytime soon, as Team Totality, they're getting pushed on by multiple squads.
Certainly are, and ATP were down to their last member, and that just might be them done and dusted. It is, as Method cleans them up from behind. We see every squad is bleeding at the moment. Infinex and Team Totality have 4 players on the map, but 2 of them are laying in the dirt. They have to get those up pretty quick. But some teams that were down the bottom of the pot, Blood and Loyalty, B2W, Simplicity, AVX, they're all still in it. Great start for them. Prophecy from Method has been popping off as he's actually claimed Enigma and finished him off. But finding himself in the blue. That leaves Method with 1 player. 6 kills to their name, not the worst start. Team Totality, though, they weren't able to get up Enigma, so they're down to 3. Infinex, the only squad with 4.
All the teams are on the edge right now. It's so funny. No team sending it to the center, because if you go center right now, all the squads will be having sight lines smack on you. We'll see where the next circle pops right now. I'm favoring Simplicity. They have the largest amount of buffer around them when it comes to those other teams on the edge, so we'll have to see where the next circle pops. They also have a nice little ridge to work with near that yellow compound. So Simplicity's positioning, in my opinion, keep an eye on that if you're watching right now. Let's pay attention to them, see if they can survive. But we are going to have the next circle pop. Method done and dusted. Simplicity are going to be favored there. Team Totality are going to be favored on the west side. So it's going to be a challenge for these squads into the south. And how they're going to make it uphill is going to be the battle.
It's going to be rough for them as Infinex are returning to form. Chris does find Richt. Oh, Richt finds Chris even. The side of Blood and Loyalty find themselves in there quite well, but now it's starting to answer. Tensor finds another knock onto the side of Infinex, which means that there could be some aggression come out here. Rojas is watching the side of Blood and Loyalty. They are stuck down.
The Eagle's already exploded too, so.
The Unnamed is actually putting some hurt into them as well, so that could be them going out very soon if the Unnamed's got sights on them. They've been killing everybody in every lobby so far.
Team Totality, Richie, right next to Simplicity. You're going to be healing up right now. Simplicity, they pulled back just a little bit. It seems like they're going to be turtling up. They don't want to get involved quite yet. Still got 5 teams alive here.
Oh, that's a great spray there from Rojas, and that will put Bucky in the dirt as well. So that will be down to our final 4 teams, and Team Totality have the circle, but
they do. But
they're
Russell's
in a rough situation.
Yeah,
really rough, because they're behind is Infinex Gaming, and the line of sight
come out. Oh, I believe it's that Simplicity tossing these mollies out here.
They are throwing fire. Not on Twitter, but they are firing in the game.
Chris
this is a beautiful angle, but he is getting traded out by the B2W squad on the top of the hill opposite. And confirmed as well. So now we have all the squads down to 3 members. This is a pull-up. B2W not getting the best of this engagement at the moment as Simplicity are answering back. This is breaking down around this yellow. Everyone wants to be around it. Doc does get finished off, so B2W and Simplicity are really making it difficult for each other, as all the B2W players are very low, and now they're getting picked off by Infinex on the rotation.
Yeah, they were able to get the revives. Remember, they were down to just 1, so now there's 3 Infinex players. They are going to be on the outskirts right now. 4 teams remaining. B2W going to be taking some shots with Irish right now as Irish tries to defend their building. Remember, there's 2 compounds, 2 yellows that Simplicity are holding right now, trying to defend.
They're defending with all their might. God, you got to feel that with HH24 being up for the side of Team Totality, it's scary stuff.
Look at this, though. The snakes in the grass. This is the
ultimate
snake.
Oh, the spray comes out. Does get a headshot, and that's Richie. Wearing that, his helmet is gone. Now Team Totality down to 1 player active, 1 player alive. Irish is going to start poking out. Simple in the open.
Irish having to go back into their cover right
Infinex
there.
actually pushing onto this yellow. Have knocked down Simplicity very low. 1 player will be knocked down incomplete. So one player remaining for Simplicity. He's going to have to clutch it out, but he won't be able to. Rojas finds the angle, clears them out, and now he's claimed the yellow for himself. This is Team Totality versus Infinex.
Simple's pushing up right now. Team Totality. Yeah, they were just watching us the whole time. Simple might be able to regroup with their squad members here.
Richie has a slither of a helmet remaining from that engagement previously. They have perfect idea of where the side of Infinex is playing around. Simple could play the spoiler, but he's going to be greeted by HH24 on the other side of that car. Could get quite messy. They are ready to trade each other out, you'd imagine. Simple has spotted Richie. The trigger discipline is now coming into play. As you'd imagine, Simple has the best information here. There's that tiny little bit of deflate that's playing in his advantage right now.
Probably telling their teammates, you got any mollies, you got any grenades, this is where you toss it. Toss it by the burning vehicle. But in my mind, I don't think they have that utility anymore. They might be trying to loot up those members from Simplicity, see if they have any of that, because now is the time to toss some grenades and let it frag.
Here we go. Team Totality look like they're pushing up. They're all cresting the ridgeline. This is activated. Simple. He wasn't able to get the trade. It is Infinex down to 1 player, and that will be it. Team Totality. Big words on Twitter. Big words in game.
6 kills on HH24.
Yeah, they've managed to claim themselves a 10-kill chicken dinner.
2 on Richie right there. Enigma we saw was taken out. A little out of position earlier with Spider, but then again, the zone was pretty hectic. Infinex making the push onto the compound, overtaking Simplicity. We'll have to highlight that after this. But let's go check it out. From the very beginning of game number 1, we saw Infinex drop down there in the military island. So for them to be able to survive to second place, almost getting the chicken dinner. Pretty great. 8 DP, they were popping off. They had about 6 kills that game, maybe 7. This was the start of the action right here when the Unnamed, they just pulled up onto Cloud9.
Yeah, this is 2 of our top teams going at it right and early. And you talked to Beowulf earlier, you said, and they were more focused on placement points and playing consistent. Unfortunately,
they got pulled up. They got pulled up on
by a very angry team Unnamed. And at the moment, that squad can do no wrong, you'd feel. They even managed to lose 2 in that engagement and still find themselves some pretty decent points from the game, the Unnamed. So the big pull up on the squads happened as well because you had Pittsburgh Knights dropping out early as well. So there's lots of these big teams that didn't quite make it.
So the Unnamed, they went out in 5th place.
They did. They managed to get to 5th. So not a bad result for them at all.
They had like 8 kills that game. Yeah, not a bad result, especially for being so aggressive. But right here, Infinex, I mean, pushing up. I really like Simple's position out here. In my opinion, Simple could have stayed a little further out there to the west where they were originally. We saw for a second they tried to regroup with their team members. I feel like that would have been the backstab play. I did like that Simple was there trying to gather as much information as possible. I feel like the timing was a little off, though, because remember, Team Totality, they were pushing up the compound. They were taking shots. I believe they already knocked one of the members from within the yellow, and then that's when Simple popped up. Imagine if they both crossfired onto Team Totality at the same time. That might have been the play. I believe that's what they were attempting to do. Just didn't work out. Team Totality with that quick flick. I mean, HH24 still alive, like you mentioned.
Yeah, he's a key player. He is definitely a key player for that team. It seems like whenever he's alive, there's always a chance for him to turn. And he had the M16 this game, not the M4, and he was popping off with it again. I believe he got 6 kills in it, so that's pretty decent return from one player.
They were, what, 2nd place?
Yeah, I think he'll be very close to overtaking Raven.
Coming into today, around 3.3k damage as a whole.
Okay.
So that game definitely going to be shooting them up. Simplicity, though, only 3 kills. They had pretty solid compound, in my opinion. I mean, they got crashed on, like we said. They couldn't defend it. B2W, we saw them get taken out a little earlier on. They came in 4th place there.
Well, that's the thing that we highlighted at the start of the day is the fact that a lot of these teams down the bottom 4 of, or was it 6 of the bottom 8?
6 of the bottom 8 are in our lobby.
Yeah, in our lobby. They needed to have big games today, and some of them definitely did. Teams like Simplicity, teams like B2W, they started off today pretty well, getting themselves some place. Blood and Loyalty as well, yeah. So that's good signs for them because they needed to start getting points, and to already start on the first game of the day, that helps out a lot.
Yeah, and it goes to show how important positioning is. Even if you're like a team like B2W, it was circle number 2 or 3. We saw Potato Hill kind of still favored in there, and then it kept shrinking on Potato Hill. B2W was the only squad on Potato Hill early game. So they were able to camp it out. You know, they had some decent positioning. They were able to third party a couple squads, getting the 4th place out of there. They're pretty happy with that, in my opinion.
I think they'd be very happy. If they can keep that as their, maybe their upper echelons of that benchmark, then they might be able to squeeze into that 16th place and get themselves into that top 10 or the top 16.
I mean, that's all you need, right?
Well, that's it. And 10 games, it's a fair bit. So you get out all the luck and all that, but anything could really happen, especially if you have 2 or 3 good games. Maybe you get yourself a sneaky chicken dinner and all of a sudden you find yourself buying for that top 5.
I mean, if you're Tribe, 3 chicken dinners, I mean,
if you're
that's still like the Cinderella story, in my opinion here. I mean, a lot of people, they were, kind of,
Tribe.
Yeah, they were spamming the Tribe, fear the Tribe. A lot of, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Backers behind Tribe, like a lot of supporters, right? They were believers in Tribe. Even when they were down there at the bottom of the leaderboard, they were still like, no, Tribe's definitely going to qualify. You and I were like, what's going on with Tribe, especially from the stages before. 3 chicken dinners, though, they changed our minds. Now everybody's a fanboy of Tribe. I mean, you wanted a Tribe jersey the other day.
We're checking out some merch, and Tribe jerseys, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
They get Tribe shirts. Even we should get.
I still want a Spacestation jersey.
Spacestation jersey would be very
maybe
nice.
A Cloud9 jersey for sure.
I still want the Tempo Storm tie-dye rainbow T-shirt.
We want it all.
Yeah, we want it all.
The Bape crate.
Oh, the Bape crate's the big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Bape crate's the holy grail of merch.
Oh, we forgot to get the approval that we can wear the Bape crate here, by the way.
We'll have to
hit talk.
The big boss.
Hit him up. Big boss here today, by the way.
Yeah, he's around.
What's up, big boss?
Big boss. He's sitting backstage.
So I believe we're waiting for the scores to tally. The admin's backstage, making sure it is.
Crunching the numbers.
You know, used to be an accountant. You know how it is.
Well, yeah, I could go backstage now and do it, but I want to keep you company, Dave.
Yeah.
We haven't had a lot of time to spend to each other. We've been separated a little bit with our little bit of holiday retreat.
I mean, we're next door to each other.
We are actually next door together. But yeah, we are next door to each other in the hotel, which is handy. You can always just bang on the wall.
I've been ringing your doorbell and running away. I'm not gonna lie.
No, you actually have.
Yeah, I know.
You've been going to the gym with the bloke on the other side of me.
Yeah.
And every time, ding, ding, ding.
That's me. So, who didn't perform this game that needed to perform? Let me check it out real quick. I believe 6 Angry Men.
Yeah, they needed more.
They're in our lobby. We didn't see. I gotta say, we didn't see anything from them this game.
No, we didn't see the most from them. But again,
I think we saw them once.
Yeah, well,
what were they
bit of a harsh call. But yeah, I think we saw them a little bit. I don't think they got many kills. They usually loot north of Roshok, I believe. So that rotation would have been pretty difficult to get in. I don't know if. I suppose they still have 7 games left, right? So there's still opportunity for them to get through.
I mean, 6 Angry Men. You got 11 placement points, 22 placement points, okay. 11 kills.
You know what? If they're
still
angry
7
enough,
games. Yes,
there's still 7
games.
And they're angry enough. Maybe they can turn up.
HQA as well. HQA, they're dead last.
They need to turn things around very quickly then, because everyone's going to be getting points as well as you are. So you need to really be putting yourself in that top 8 position, really, to get more points than your opponents. And the more top 8 finishes you have, the better, obviously, chance you do have.
That's why I keep saying, though, these bottom teams, like, there's a lot of pressure. I understand that.
It certainly is.
Well, I mean, I don't understand it because I'm not a pro player, but I can imagine, right?
Yep.
My whole thing is that I've always been saying, so far no one's like said, oh, unless I save, what are you talking about? The bottom teams, when it comes down to, say, the last day, like you said, 70 games to go, whatever you're doing up until this point, it sounds harsh, but it's not working. Like, it's just not working. Like, it allowed you to get to this point of the game, right? Yep. You're here now, but it's not enough to push you forward even further. So change something up. I mean, they had, 4 days to go watch the VODs.
Yep.
Teams should be aware of, how people rotate, where they like to loot, their play styles. Try to come up with a plan that counteracts that, right?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this discussion going.
Backstage.
We'll be right back. We got 3 more games to go. Oh, 3 more games to go. So, don't go anywhere.
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. Anytime, anywhere. There is a better choice.
Oh, he's seen him too.
Yep, spot him out. Land's going to be pinned down right here.
Ambitious first aid kit, but
yeah. Oh, Landland
down
tagged right there.
So Seagut, he's fully stimmed too, so he's going to be moving quick.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then Wildcard popping up, trying to ruin the day.
Oh! He's got 2!
The
There's only one player up now from Wildcard. This is turned
MVP.
on its head. He's a bit of a glass cannon.
The pre-fire from Wi-Fi. going to be connecting. Chubba going to be jumping on off.
Swaps with a mini.
Oh!
Arnie managed to find the connection. Yeah, the last player from, the Tempo. Spec, the last player from Tempo is actually clutching up a little bit here. He doesn't manage to get the... Joe's vest is kind of hurting, and Jagger's got the DP, so that's 762. Jagger jumps out. Gets him, Jagger. Jagger's going to get both of them. Jagger!
Jumped out the door.
He's on proper 1-2.
What?
It's going to be so much fun.
What we haven't seen, though, is 404 getting involved in early fights. The first 2 games, we saw them very involved in early engagements.
Yeah, I mean,
this game, very quiet.
I guess the trade-off they're making is, sure, there we go.
Vehicles.
He
gets him out again.
Down,
gets the second, goes for the run over, but no, it's just straight onto the hay bales, fly straight on forward. Goes down.
Yeah, and murdered is not the way you want to go down. Old age, maybe as they...
You don't want to go down.
Old age, maybe as they...
You don't want to go down by
like
a vehicle
that,
flip either.
That is a big
Goodness
one.
me, that is...
And this man has 8 kills now, I believe.
Gone, yeah. Really out here, I don't think he's going to have the angle. He has been spotted. He's going to stand up there for the kill, but he can't.
For long-range kills, if you can, in the early on games. We're here trying to get over that hill. Will he make it? He only got 1 wheel.
Elementrix try and push in, but they're coming up against Orange Rock, they're coming up against Hydra as well.
He's just waiting.
Aman has already gone down for entities. They've lost 1 of their 3 Snowblow Snakes.
A few moments later.
Yeah. Where they have 1 guy who is just waiting in. This might be go time. I don't know if they spotted it out. There's 2 of them right there.
Oh my god, Neo.
Oh, come on.
This
He's
guy
gonna
is
go
a
in.
really strong fragger as well.
No way.
He's
Shoot him!
Neo.
He's not part of your team!
Leaky!
Kiki!
He's right there!
You know he's there!
No.
Oh my god!
What is going on?
He's
God!
part of the teammate!
He hasn't chucked it!
Kiki,
it's
Kiki,
a third
please!
person.
He's still happened! He's gone!
What is happening?
Neo! Neo, please!
He's right there!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PMCO. My name is Mustache Dave, joined with Smash Shouts after a phenomenal game number 1. Done and dusted, in the books. Some teams back to the drawing board. Anything else I can add to that? I'll think about it. But, Ben, Smash?
Yeah, it was up and down.
Up and down. What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, what's on my mind is the fact that we're still not at 1 million YouTube subscribers, Dave. And you got to get over to the PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel, get your subscribble on, hit the bell, get notified of all the action going across all the regions. There's going to be more and more coming to your way in the lead up to the global finals. If you want to play the game, Dave, it's for free, by the way, completely free, not $1. You need to get onto the iOS App Store, the Google Play Store, download it, get it on your device, play it, own, go to PMCO, go to Malaysia. Well, you can't go to Malaysia because maybe next season.
You can book a ticket.
Well, you could come.
Anyone can go to Malaysia.
Yeah, most people can go to Malaysia.
Most people.
But get in there. Get into the PMCO. Start participating. There's a beautiful community, big community, ready for you to participate in.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. So that's it. I was on the break scrolling through, the tweets. This is my
on the Twitter sphere.
Look out fast. It's all 6 lists saying, "Yeehaw! Time for some PMCO today. Time to get top 10 and not get a chicken dinner. Consistency is key." Spacestation Gaming. Let's go check out the data. See where they actually placed here. Let's check out the stats.
Is it top 10?
Hopefully it's top 10.
Well, it's not in the top 8, but there's 2 spots remaining. They did have a rough game. They got sandwiched by many squads, but who didn't have a rough game? It's Team Totality and Infinex. They both racked up 10 kills on their way to first and second place respectively. Team Totality starting off the day well. They did have big words on Twitter to Spacestation Gaming, so they'll be happy with their results so far. The Unnamed, consistent as ever, up at the top of the pops. 15 points for them to walk away with. B2W needed points, so did Simplicity, and they got them. 13 points, they'd be very happy with that. Method scraping in at 11. 8 DP gold. They didn't really need points, but it wouldn't be a top 8 without 8 DP gold, would it?
I mean, they were in 8th place coming into today, so yeah, they're trying to remain up there for sure.
Yeah. And AVX at the bottom of the top 8, getting 9. That's a good result for them as they're looking to climb. If they get about 10 points a game for the rest of the games, that'd get them 80 points.
Qualify. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it should be okay.
14th place coming into today, so only 49 placement points for them. We'll check out the overall. Here we go, top 10.
Not in there. Look at
Space Station in 15th place.
Fellas.
Blood and Loyalty will be getting 9th place, no kills, 6 placement points. HQA, they were in 24th place coming into today. They got 3 kills, 2 placement points for a total of 5. Cloud9, we saw what happened earlier on in the game. They got crashed on. They were able to manage to get 2 kills out of the mix. And then, 6 men actually getting a kill. Team 9 getting a kill. Latinos, Unidos getting a kill. Spacestation, no kills. Pittsburgh Knights, no kills.
Wow.
Those are 2 teams that a lot of people support.
A lot of fans.
A lot of fans out there. Yep, they're keeping cool with all the fans they got. Here's the overall leaderboards. Looks like Team Totality did overtake the Unnamed. And remember, both of these squads are in today's game, so we are going to be having some yo-yoing when it comes to those squads. Tribe Gaming, they are not here today, but they are going to be in 3rd place. Cloud9 playing today, going to be in 4th place. The Knights still in 5th. Ignite in 6th place, 8 DP. Moving up 1, Spacestation Gaming. Moving down 1.
Yeah, look at how
tied,
close that is.
But
they
it's
are
only
tied,
by two kills.
But it is the kill points that do count more in a tie. That's the first tiebreaker, the kill points, and ATP Gold managed to net themselves 2 more.
What's the second tiebreaker?
Chickadees.
Chickadees. So it goes points, then it goes kills, and then it goes chicken D's.
Yep. You gotta get.
And then after chicken D's, do we even have that?
Scissors, paper, rock.
Rock,
at land.
Shoot,
we fly out the captain.
There we go. We fly that. Hey, that's a fair trade. 9th through 16th when it comes to the North America overall leaderboards right here.
Yeah. So these teams are safe currently, but the teams that are playing 9 games and looking at the bottom, look at AVX, Simplicity, Method. They're going to need to get a bit more points under the board. So that's a sentence. Infinex Gaming moving up pretty quickly with their performance in that last game. So not bad results here. These teams, as I said, they are safe, but they're going to want to get as many points as they can out of the day. Look at Simplicity. They have 47 points and only 3 places above them. Infinex have 72, so there's a large drop off there.
17th, 46 points.
There it is.
So it's only
very
1 point between 16th and 17th. So if we were to just call it quits right now, it's done. These are the teams that will be packing their bags and staying home.
Yep,
right?
they would be staying home.
So a surprising one to me, the Revenants,
yes.
considering how strong they were.
They'll have their chance tomorrow.
When it comes to groups, yeah, they'll have their chance tomorrow, but they were like one of the top dogs here. Cream Esports, HQA, still going to be down there, unfortunate for them. Winding down. 7 more games for a couple of these teams.
Yeah, if you've got 9 games and you're on this board, you're starting to sweat profusely, really, because you only have those 7 more games to prove yourselves and turn your fortunes around. We said at the start of the broadcast around 115 to 117 points was about the benchmark to scrape into that top 16. Of course, it could be more, could be less, but that's been around about the average throughout the other regions.
From the other regions, yeah.
So a long way to go for some of these teams. They've got 90 points for HQA Gaming to get around to that mark, so that's a big climb ahead of them.
Big climb. So
very big climb.
Hopefully the squads can pull it together here, rack up some kills, rack up some placement points. Hopefully the RNG circle gods.
Oh, the circle gods.
Yeah,
they need it.
They're praying out there. That's what you got to do. You got to pray to the circle gods out here. Hopefully you'll be favored. So those are the teams at the bottom, like you said, sweating it. Having to change their jerseys every game. That's how much sweat they got going on right now.
Yeah, they're getting the towels out in the break and patting themselves down. Spraying some Rexona on or whatever.
Putting ice packs on their heads.
Yep. Got the fans for the hands. Hand fans.
How else do you stay cool in a situation like this?
Mojitos?
Mojitos will keep you cool, yep. So
might affect your gameplay
might affect your gameplay. And we're going to be stressing this storyline for the next 2 days because back to wildcard, I don't know if you were paying attention, but the 16th and 17th, I believe it was 1 point.
Yeah, same in South America. It was a tie, actually.
Well,
the 16th and 17th, it was a tie. It came down to kill points. So it's been so close across the PMCO so far. This split has been a real nail-biter between that 15th to about 18th place. Well, you don't want to be biting your nails on Sanhok because you might get an infection. Sanhok, very humid place. Very humid, lots of mosquitoes as well. You don't want to get bit by a mosquito.
So let's go head over to Sanhok, game number 2 of today out of 4. E and F is groups if you are just tuning on in. So we will be watching, Pittsburgh Knights, HQA Gaming, Spacestation, the Unnamed, Simplicity, just to name a few.
Some big boys up in this group. It is, well, the plane paths, they do matter a little bit on Sanhok, but not that much, as most teams will be able to get to their desired location from here.
Fly pretty far.
Yeah, you'll be sailing out into the sunset if you want to go to the docks area.
Still no squads dropping cave like you want. You've been asking for that for like a week or 2 now.
Really upsetting me, but I understand why. It is a bit of a, I don't know, bit of a rough drop. Can be quite difficult. If teams do see you go in there, you can get pinned down pretty easily. But luckily, I'm good enough to fight my way out of the cave. Also, there's an exit by the water, and you can go rotate to the little docks area.
Sometimes there's an aqua rail in there.
Yeah.
You can just haul out there.
Jet ski
out there. So I'm thinking about previous end circles that we've had here. I think we've had 1 Paradise in NA.
Yeah, we had 1 Paradise.
What are some other ones? Maybe 1 Quarry finish.
Yeah, we've had a Quarry as well. We had a Quarry last week.
We had a Quarry.
We had a really good fight, actually, in that Quarry circle. And we had Pittsburgh Knights going up against a few other squads. A few other big boy squads. And
so, really so I'm trying to think, like, if you were in charge of the Circle 8, Circle 9.
Oh, we already see a knock come out. That's
Sam.
Sam putting up numbers already. That's Latinos Unidos player getting picked off. That's actually a nice shot with the iron sights there. It can be quite difficult.
Nice jacket, too.
Yeah, he's looking fly. I wonder if we can get.
We're asking for a lot of stuff now. Every game.
Well, I mean, if we keep asking, eventually someone's going to have to give us something. Just anything.
I got a dumpling, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, I bought some cakes, actually.
Okay, you brought cakes. Yeah, I got dumplings. So where would you want to see Circle 8 if you could pick? Like, pick a real circle that would actually be something that is legit to watch.
My favorite, my favorite circles have been around. Well, the Northwestern Island, it has those ridgelines and those massive mountains and sheer cliff faces almost. And I like watching those because I like to see what teams think about whether they take the risk of jumping down the cliff. We've already seen a circle like that, I believe.
Yeah.
But they have to weigh up the risk versus reward of jumping down that cliff or really just, I don't know, making the decisions. I like the decision-making circles, the tricky ones. But that being said, the pure gunfight mechanics of some of these circles closer to Tatmok, just south of Tatmok, where the fields are a little bit more open and there's only really ridgelines to play with. There's a few trees, but those ones are also really fun because I like to see the incredible gameplay or the gunplay and aim that some of these players do possess. One on your screen right now is Raven. Him on Erangel. Oh my lord.
So I know you asked me.
Crazy.
Let me just, you asked me. Thanks for asking. Rooms. That's what I was saying.
Yep.
Sam is going to be spotted by Da Vinci.
This is a bit of revenge. Da Vinci's got a nice
little crow outfit going on here. Getting ready for Halloween.
Yep, spooking some people. But yeah, I did ask you.
Yeah, so runes. You see how runes like got like this circle perimeter? Imagine like circle 7, circle 8 kind of centering there. And then the final asterisk right in the middle is that temple. Imagine
that would be wild.
Imagine a squad having the temple location and having to defend against the other teams trying to push over like the little swampy area.
That'd be crazy.
Water with the cover.
That would actually be crazy.
Thanks.
Just thinking about now, the grenade opportunities to throw into that temple as well would be crazy action.
So let us know in the chat, where would you like to see Circle 7, Circle 8? Yeah.
Don't be biased towards your favorite team.
Yeah, don't be biased on where they drop. Like
a lot of Cloud9 fans are going to say Paradise because obviously they dropped there.
But we've already had a Paradise. That's what I'm saying. We already had a Paradise.
I've never seen a Ruins one, actually. No, I've cast a lot of regions.
If you're HQA, that's what you want.
Yeah. They certainly would be very happy with a Ruin Circle. They need one too, actually.
They need more than one.
They need about 17 of them.
They've
only got 7 games left.
They only got 7 games left, so.
Oh, on board with Tensor. Look at that. Semi-finals average damage is 359. That is big boy numbers coming out from Tensor. I believe he's actually on a lot of our leaderboards. Tensor.
Yeah, Tensor.
He might even be on every single one. I think there is one player that is on every single one, and it might just be Tensor.
So looking at Tensor now, see that was the what was that, semifinals?
Yeah,
they're sitting at 25 kills.
That's a very good return.
Yeah, 9 headshots.
Returns.
Oh,
Sam is picking
still out here. Yeah, Sam was getting shot, what, just 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, he's answered in turn, and Team 9 have found the pointy end of his gun. J7 now pushing up. So Sam was one of those members that is newer to the Pittsburgh Knights, I believe. Jagger was mentioning.
Yeah, and Vigilante.
Vigilante. So that's a good fit. Actually, Sam's been very impressive for the Pittsburgh Knights in general. I believe when they've had big games, it's been off the back of Sam having a pretty decent one.
So definitely a really good pickup when it comes
it seems to be working pretty well for
the squad, meshing well. And, you know, watching their rotations, some of the team fights that they take, you can kind of tell that their communication is there. It's on point. They're not all kind of scattered around the place playing their own game. Like, they play as a group. They move as a unit. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, they're a pretty well-rounded team. They've also got incredible star potential, and we saw the top one play. Oh, it's a nice spray coming out, actually, from that distance to get J7 on his knees. But in return, Sam's going to poke back, but I believe these Team 9 players are going to want to disengage off this fight just because they are down to only one player actually alive. As Sam's on the hunt because he knows it is only one player alive after seeing the third knock for that squad come out. But as I was saying, we've seen the top one play at the moment in our little highlights reel, as Sam pushes up now, is actually Jagger getting that crazy 1v2 jump with the DP. Oh, this player might actually be left to the wolves.
Yeah, they're bleeding out. Oh,
Sam has
behind the door.
Oh, spotted him. He's managed to.
Still, they'll bleed out. They'll bleed out, and whoever got
actually,
the shot.
that's Team 9 done and dusted down. They ran into Team Totality, and Team Totality has cleaned up the last member. So Pittsburgh Knights do claim 3 of the kills, but the last one does go to Team Totality, and that's not the start that Team 9 would like. They are one of those teams that have been performing pretty well, actually.
Yeah, very well. You and I have actually, been complimenting them on their progression here that they've been making since the group stages. Coming into today, they were 12th place with 37 kills, 43 placement points. I was talking to K-Bo earlier on, actually, today, and they were saying that the squad needs to focus on rotating fast, that they've been getting stuck outside circles, and they've been getting pinched. Making sure that they have 4 alive in the final zones as well is one of the goals. So at the end of the day, K-Bo is like, we just got to be consistent, not die early, because they recognize that that's is one of their weak points, which we just saw right here.
That's probably one of the best squads at doing that. Is 8 DP gold, I believe, is finding themselves with 3 or 4 up consistently in those final circles, giving themselves the best opportunity to win the game. They might not slay out early or have the most flashy games, but finding themselves in those consistent positions to trade each other out late game and really go for as many of those placement points as possible is where their strong suits lie.
Look at Da Vinci. Getting pretty close over here, too.
Yeah,
Simplicity. We see Goose up there on the high ground.
I have to find out where his team is. They are quite a while away. This is the southern side of the map. They are actually quite
They're
a
still
while
on the
away.
edge. Yeah, they're still on the edge.
DaVinci might have spotted the fact that Simplicity have kind of split into 2-2 now, as you see on the top right-hand side of your screen, the minimap there is quite a little bit of a split between these Simplicity players. DaVinci getting
definitely
as much,
watching. Yeah.
He's getting as much information as he possibly can. The Goose on your screen now.
I feel like the Goose needs DaVinci's skin right now.
Yeah, he could do with a bit of
Could
feather.
use the feathers.
Don't know if I've ever seen a black Goose.
Have you ever tie-dyed one before?
No, I don't actually haven't.
Oh,
I don't think
you don't know until you try.
Well, geese can be very aggressive, actually.
Yep.
And I'm not a big fan of birds.
You gotta feed them some bread. Calm them down.
Calm them down with
Calm
bread?
them down with bread. Here you go, Sam. Damage given.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep. Given the damage out here, serving it up on a hot plate.
Team 9 and Latinos Unidos.
It's got the tripod. Yeah. Whoa, 85% of the damage.
Yeah, he had a really hot start to this game. You'd imagine that would even out a little bit more as the game goes on. Well, you'd hope so for
the other squad
members.
The other squad
members,
yeah, because Sam's making it look a little scuff right now. So
yeah.
We've been playing a lot of Sanhok, you and I, together here.
I've had a bit of downtime the last 4 days, I believe it is, so, yeah.
I personally not the biggest fan of the QBU.
No, I find the QBU and the QBZ very...
The QBZ is a shredder.
Yeah.
I make sure to pick it up.
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
So what do you go for then? Because, I mean, I see the kill feed, but like you get like 1 or 2 kills while I'm like fragging out, getting like 8 or 10.
That's true. That's true. I still prefer... I don't know. For me,
yeah,
I'm still classically an M4 AK guy.
AK.
So...
AK all day.
Yeah, those are my 2 go-to weapons because I know the sprays now. So it's easier for me to control, especially with the gyro.
Yeah, you use the gyro. I've been, you know what, I'm on this new wave, and it's a movement, once again, within the community, the thumb wave, man. I'm on the thumb wave, dude. I'm a thumbs player. I'm not gonna front right here. I mean, I just like using thumbs. I got gyro on, but I just never see myself fully like tilting my phone. Like, I need to get behind a player and like watch how they actually do it.
Well, hopefully we can get to globals and do that.
I don't know if they'll want us to like stand behind their shoulders watching them while doing it, but maybe on the breaks.
Maybe on the breaks if we can
like show us how to actually use the gyro. But you know, I'm on the thumbs wave here.
Well, I use the gyro, but I look like I'm.
You look like you're taking pictures.
Taking pictures, yeah. I look like a bit of a tourist. Simple's been knocked down.
A grenade. Oh, a grenade off.
Oh, this could be a nice nade too. Oh, it's landed just a bit far. You
bounced
think.
a little far. Oh, second chance. Yeah, you gotta cook it a little more. You gotta cook it a little more so we don't get the bounce. Oh, the molly on the rocks.
Oh,
is Chris burning? Chris is burning.
Chris is burning a little bit. Simple also got a little bit tagged by that. This is fantastic work out of Cloud9. Cloud9 got taken out very early last game.
By the Unnamed.
Now they're starting to answer onto another one of these top teams, Infinex Gaming, who do need points as they didn't have the best start to the semi-finals, and they are very low at the moment.
The revives are happening right now behind the rocks here. We see.
He's going to find this player in the rotation. Can he get the spray down on him? Tags come out. It does manage to get him just as he goes around the corner. Will be able to get revived, but this could lead to the push out of Cloud9. You see on the minimap there, quite stationary in the moment as Vigilante did get a knock with a grenade. This is a grenade now out of Chris. Oh, it didn't quite land, I don't think. Just short.
That molly was the play. I feel like Cloud9 might have had a chance to send one.
Yeah,
to get the flushes here. That might have, but they're playing passes. Remember, you know they don't want to just send it and throw it right now.
I think last week Cloud9 definitely would have sent it.
Yeah, exactly.
Opened themselves up to be traded as the other 2 members from Infinex have found themselves in a position where if the others get aggressed, they could answer. As Vigilante is actually taken out HH24, so that's a big kill to claim. Taking him off the map is always benefit for the other teams.
Yeah,
as Cloud9 are actually kind of disengaging from this at the moment. They've realized that the fights...
Because I think they lost sight of Rojas, right? Rojas is out there. We don't know where that off angle is. They do know where one of the team members are from Infinex because they got the knock.
Chris has knocked Beowulf in the background. That's quite a distance away, and Beowulf is with the rest of his squad, so can't imagine he'd be punished for it.
I wonder if Infinex are going to turn the tables here and push on to Pyro is the question. It looks like Simple is trying to get a little close using these smokes, trying to reposition. Looks like they're going to be pulling off a little bit too. Both teams kind of unsure on whether or not they should take this fight.
Yeah, it's a lot of poking and prodding, but at the moment all they're doing really is whittling each other down, which is not really what you want to be doing for either team.
Yep, taking out their helmets, their
helmets,
vests.
meds, yeah.
I mean,
vests.
Pyro already used their grenades, their mollies at this point.
So these teams are going to look to disengage and maybe meet each other in a later circle. But HQA aren't looking to meet B2W in a later circle. They're looking to take them out right now, getting very aggressive, pushing across the river. This is on board with Lan, who is kind of overwatching at the moment. Blood and Loyalty starting to weigh into this conversation as well from high. But it looks like 3 players from the side of B2W have gone out in quick succession.
Yep. I feel like B2W were caught off guard right there because HQA, they had 2 options, push over the land bridge or swim across the channel. And it looked like they pushed over the land bridge. But, if B2W were aware of that happening, they would have full sight lines onto that land bridge. It would have been a shooting range in a sense, right? But we saw 3 members from HQA were able to make it across the water. So possibly some grenades were used to kind of open that up on their end. We'll have to find out later who will be the victor, as we are going to have a little standoff out here.
This circle is going as central as it could possibly be. Look at all these teams already inside, so the action might not kick off for too much longer, but there are some teams that need to find themselves rotating in. Latinos Unidos are one of them, as well as the 6 Angry Men. So again, our lower end teams, our teams not having the best semi-finals, find themselves having to move a lot. Blood and Loyalty have been put themselves in the boot camp, and they've been sitting there for ever and a day.
Yeah, I think they dropped here, I want to say.
Yeah, they did drop here. They're very well trained, you'd imagine, at the moment. Lots of target practice, lots of drills that they've been able to achieve, and maybe lots of gym time as well, which is what you've been hitting up, actually.
Well, yeah, after this.
Yeah, we should go.
You mean I'll go? You always stay in.
Yeah, I have
I don't know what you're doing.
A lighter schedule than you do for the gym, but
one day.
One day.
We'll get you. Looks like Cobra.
Yesterday.
You're gonna go today?
Yeah, I'll go today.
Okay. We're gonna have a fight. So Infinex, they pulled off Cloud9. The disengage was successful, but on the tail end of that, going to be pushing right into Method. Chris already knocked one of the star players from the squad, able to rack up the damage.
Oh, he got
Simple.
naded too.
Bleeding on out here. The trade will be popping off here. I believe it is now at 3v3.
Simple's not going to be able to get revived. You'd think he was very far away. They actually might have just got him at the last tick of his health bar. They
Chris.
do. They just did.
They got Chris.
They got Chris.
Wow.
So
and they got the flush on the Method.
Yeah, so now they're in a decent position. They are pushing uphill, so that can be quite difficult, especially with these third-person angles that you can find yourselves in on these rocks. You can get about halfway up and see.
I like Prophecy's little position, though.
Yeah, that's
I really like that.
That's great. Monarch's looking for a very similar one on another rock close by. So Infinex have found themselves rotating into teams time and time again. This time they get the better of the engagement, and I believe there might be a Pittsburgh Knight player very, very close to this.
Yep.
So he'll be hearing all the action. Trigger discipline active.
Might
waiting.
try a third party.
Not a
maybe kill or steal a kill, right?
Oh, HQA's Dwang has, I believe he actually got shot in the water and bled out instantly because of that. You can't get revived when you're in the deep stuff.
1 kill for Infinex. Looks like they're gonna be playing passive, right? They already got their 1 knock on a Method.
Yeah.
They don't know exactly where the other Method players are. They are in the circle. They will be on the edge. So they're just kind of buying time right now to see where the next circle pops. If the next circle pops, their options are very limited, right? Because they fought Cloud9 earlier on. Cloud9 were kind of to the north of Infinex. Infinex, they pushed a little south. That's when they ran into Method. So they're probably coming up with some type of game plan in the team comms, depending on where the next circle pops. We'll see in a little bit here. Here's an overview. So they do have Rojas out there with some rock deflates to possibly rotate and move around Method, but what we don't see is to the south, ATP. That's helmet off down there.
It is helmet off?
Yeah, it's helmet off right there.
Off.
So ATP are also holding that southern angle. So Infinex, they're on the edge here, pinned between 3 different squads.
It's one of the unnamed fellas getting knocked out completely by Spacestation. But yeah, that squad pinch.
It's a squad pinch for sure.
Squad pinch.
The classic squad pinch. Next circle is going to pop here. Next circle does pop up.
Oh, that's a really rough one.
That's a rough one. We see, Infinex are going to have to push down south. They're going to have to push through Method, ATP, and even 6 Angry Men. So it's going to be quite the challenge. But if you are a Pittsburgh Knights fan, You're going to feel good right now.
Well, they've been complaining about these circles, haven't they? Hard shifting away from them. Finally, they get one onto them. See what they can do with it. This is a fight breaking out now. This is the 6 Angry Men, as you mentioned. 8 DP are starting to get very aggressive onto them. Nade's going to finish him off instantly. So 8 DP cleaning that fight up, that one player up very efficiently. He does get a knock, but it's not going to wear himself. As now Helmet Off has been spotted, in fact, by the Method guys, and he's been taken out. And he was very far away from his squad, so you'd imagine that that would be him done. Method are hard rotating into that circle immediately. Cloud9 as well find themselves running in. Spacestation Gaming, they're not wasting any time. A lot of these teams are trying to send it straight in towards that circle. Of course, Sanhok, limited rotation of vehicles just because of the short-range nature. So we're finding ourselves now with teams starting to get very cozy with each other. B2W, I believe that's their last player, gets tagged down very low by that nade. This is a kill that HQA would love to get.
Yeah, they need it. I mean, last member alive here, Juan G, pinned behind the wall, the blue to their back. They're going to be pushing a little further back into blue.
You gotta throw no, he stuffed it up. Oh, it's
hit the wall.
Might have done a little bit of damage to him too. It was very close. No, it looks like he did manage to scrape it out, but HQA getting third-partied on now as well. This could be the side of the Unnamed, actually.
Unnamed, yeah.
Yeah.
HQA, though, there's one member out there, Juan G. They're taking so much time right now to try to confirm the kill. Yes, you got to be careful not to be backstabbed, but the next zone is so far from them. They need to concentrate on positioning when it comes to zone, I feel like.
Certainly do. This is a big fight. This is the 6 Angry Men onto Infinex. Infinex have got
look at 6 Angry Men just prone
on the deck right now. Rojas is very low as well. Might go down to the zone if he doesn't get that med off soon enough. Oh, it's so close. Rojas, what are you doing?
2 HP.
What are you doing, son? Oh, is he in the healing animation? I can't quite see. Oh, he does go down, and that will be them out. In fact, Infinex have been cleaned up.
Look at the 6 Angry Men just with the camp here on the edge.
They're camping.
Prone in the grass right here.
They've failed to count to 4. They're really struggling with that 4th digit, I reckon. You have to get the shoes off.
I mean, they only got 1 kill.
So
they might be expecting some more members to pop out to the blue.
Ooh,
here's the Unnamed. Yep, going to be taking down Blood and Loyalty. This is going to be up there south of Boot Camp.
Yeah, and Cloud9's getting into it too as well. So this is 2 squads that found each other earlier in last game, Cloud9 and the Unnamed. Now they're ganging up on the little fish of Blood and Loyalty, who tried to rotate out of that boot camp, and that can be quite difficult. There's a lot of open space when you're running away from boot camp. So now we find ourselves with another hard shift on the circle.
Oh my
It's hard shifted north. Pittsburgh Knights are crying on Twitter.
Yeah, the Knights, they were favored. They had a nice little compound. They had a pretty solid 3-1 split going on right now. And now the only team that is center within that crossroads area is going to be Spacestation. They have the hard cover. There's still 13 teams alive. Here we go on the mini-map, you guys.
Yeah.
Get to see it. Cloud9, they are going to be in the north. I wouldn't be surprised if Cloud9 kind of just camp it out. They need to defend their flank against Avapxia, who are pushing in right now. So 120 Cloud9, yep, cleans that up. They should be looking good. Only 3 real teams right now in the zone. The Unnamed, Cloud9, and Spacestation Gamer.
AVX knocked out as well. Cloud9 cleaned them up quick, smart. They were very aware of the situation. The Unnamed now have got a knock onto Cloud9. So we see this fight kicking off once more. It seems to be a pattern today. And we've seen the Unnamed get incredibly aggressive every time they've found themselves in an engagement. So will that continue to go on? They are getting poked out by Spacestation Gaming, who are already in the circle. Pittsburgh Knights are now starting to move up themselves. They've found themselves close to Simplicity. So lots of teams pushing in. Method are rotating in. We might have just lost another one or lost another player. As there are a lot of players now in the blue. Latinos, Unidos might come into the back of this Simplicity Pittsburgh Knights fight too. So this is the fight that's kicking off. Latinos, Unidos desperately running from the circle, but will find again and knocks. This is Simplicity running from the circle as well. Goose needs to get his wings out, start flapping, because he is running very close to that circle and does a little bit of damage now. Six knocks out one. Finishes that off. Jagger now putting the hurt onto Simplicity. He's knocked down 2 players. So J7 pushing in from the blues, getting into Team Totality. Our last winners, they're down and out in 12.
Yeah, Team Totality, they were on the edge here, but we keep seeing the circles shift up to the north, forcing these squads to continue pushing. Cloud9, they're laughing right now. Method, they're still going to be on the edge. watching all the mayhem unfold. The Knights are still in the blue, trying to make their way on in to the circle. They're taking the damage. They will be eliminated right there.
No.
6 angry men do have 1 alive. 8 DP, they sent it into the Space Station Gaming compound. Space Station Gaming pushed up just a little further north. They will be in the zone. The Unnamed going to be on the outskirts trying to clean up some things. HQA Cross still alive in the blue as well. One thing to note, Cloud9 already 5 kills to their name, so we got 7 teams remaining. We just went from 13 to 17
very
like
quickly.
a minute 30.
Some big fish go out to Team Totality. And Pittsburgh Knights named. Oh, hey, you have to feel for the Pittsburgh Knights, though.
They're going to be upset after that shift.
They deserve to be upset, really. They're warranted in their upsetness, their anger, because that was a really rough shift. Cloud9 are starting to answer onto the Unnamed, and they have managed to find one of the kills completely. Juicy from Space Station actually stole that, but Cloud9 will definitely be happy seeing the Unnamed players getting knocked out as they ruined their game last game.
Yeah, Space Station, though, they're going to need to defend their little building against not only the Unnamed, but also 8DP, as 8DP currently pushing across the road.
Only got 1 player up now.
1 player up. Bucky, Ran, Raven, they're all going to be pushing. Looks like Angry's going to be spotting a couple of them. Going to be taking them down right there. Juicy going to be getting the initial knock. Bucky might have been cooking up a grenade. Yep, grenades are going to be tossed here. Need to be careful not to peek this doorway and get your head knocked off here.
Don't want that happening. This could be a big game for Space Station as well, because they find themselves in a fantastic position. Yeah, they have to rotate out of this compound eventually, which could get a bit dicey, but if they can manage their utility to get out of there, then all of a sudden they're going to be in a prime position.
It's going to be a challenge.
Method are now being a bit of a pesky one.
They're a thorn.
They're a thorn in Cloud9's side
too,
and Space Station, yeah. So as teams have to rotate in here, it's going to get real
You got 8DP Shifan in the blue healing right now in the building down there, trying to outlive, trying to survive. It's going to be a challenge because Space Station, they're not too far from the zone. Method, not too far either. So Shifan, good luck on your med battle as we see them ticking away in the background.
This is all going to be on if Space Station can properly use that smoke wall. Cloud9 are going to be watching them like a hawk.
And Method, look at Proxy here.
Method, last player, is spraying into these smokes. He knows that the players have to rotate out of that compound, but now he's exposing himself because of the blue at his back. He's looking for these Cloud9 players. He won't be able to find them, actually. The long-range shot comes down. Now it is a 1v1. Space Station, Cloud9, 2 of our top teams in the region, going at it. Beowulf gets the knock early. That gives advantage Cloud9. They also have advantage in the zone. They're pressing up and putting the pressure onto Space Station. Beowulf is getting knock after knock after knock. There's 1 player alive from the side of Space Station Gaming, and Beowulf clutching up in a final circle. We've seen that before. A little bit of a reset now, a reprieve, as they are starting to get the revives out. The knocks and the confirms are coming through. It looks like it's only young Rolly, little Rolex versus the world.
It's going to be a 4v1.
Active. A 4v1, Rolex.
Hopefully Rolex has some mollies, some utility, some grenades to use here, but it's still going to be quite the challenge here. The Cloud9 members, they are aware on where the solo player is. They're going to be surrounding right here. Rolex is going to be popping over to the left, going to be taking down 1. Can they get another one?
He can't. Rolex goes down, and that will be Cloud9 taking the winner chicken dinner. So
I think Rolex went for the flush as well, which was very smart. They're unable to get it.
Securing himself a point would have been the play, but unable to get it. So Cloud9, 16th place in the first game. They answer back with the chicken dinner. Form is temporary, Dave. Class is forever, and Cloud9 are a classy unit. Managing to get themselves that chicken dinner on Sanhok. They'll be happy with that.
Yep, let's send it over to the highlights, though. Check out what actually unfolded this game. Maybe we'll pay close attention to Cloud9 and their rotations to see how they ended up setting themselves up in such a dominant position when it comes to the end zones, especially with 4 alive. We saw Cloud9, very important fight early on, in my opinion, sending them up.
Very important.
Infinex, they could have pushed it. They could have taken them out. They could have ruined their day, or possibly taken out a member here or there. Cloud9 being pretty passive there, not opting to push those Simplicity members when they knew they had the knocks. They didn't have all the information, so they didn't want to lose anybody in the process. We questioned it a little bit here, but it paid off. I mean, they had 4 alive in the end, and I believe that play right there was able to set them up for the late game.
Well, that was what you were talking about with Beowulf. That's the new discipline Cloud9 that they were looking at implementing in the final half of these semi-finals, is playing for that position later in the game, getting themselves into the best position with as many up as you could possibly get in the later stages of the game, which is so important. We've seen the best teams in the world they get 4 alive, they stick them in the final circles, and then they let the class do the talking. And
yeah,
Beowulf, again, standing up in the final circles, he's been really instrumental for Cloud9. When they have got chicken dinners, it's been Beowulf in the last ones.
Right? Yeah, Beowulf's definitely putting in work here. So great chicken dinner from them. Like you mentioned, we were talking to Beowulf earlier compared to last week and the things that they're going to change up here. Yep. I believe they're doing that, and it's a prime example, like we mentioned, them not pushing onto that Infinex when they knew they had the knocks there, playing passive.
Well, as soon as they lost sight of the 2 players in the back, maybe they could have got different angles that would have surprised Cloud9, because we have seen in the past when they were playing that more aggressive playstyle,
they would just push out.
They would push straight in, and
lose
then they get traded, or they'd lose a member from an alternate angle, and then all of a sudden,
third-partied.
Yep, all of a sudden they're in a big disadvantage and they can't seal the deal. So well played from Cloud9 to finish that one off cleanly.
Well played from Spacestation Gaming as well. Yep. Remember, 6list just praying for top 10. You're going to be getting 2nd place there.
Not bad.
And positioning was key. I believe it was circle number 4 or 5 when they sent to that Crossroads compound when we saw Knights to the south of them. Knights, yoink. Oh. The yoink, the hard yoink to the north. Yoink. They have to be pretty upset with that. But yeah, Spacestation Gaming, 2nd place there. Pretty decent. And I feel like the positioning alone was the major factor in that 2nd place win.
Yes, it certainly was. I really do feel for the Knights though, because their luck hasn't been the best with these circles. They've managed to fight themselves out of tricky situations in the past, but just weren't able to do it this time. The blue was a little bit too quick for them, and they had about 3 squads around them, and unfortunately, they took out as many players as they could, but they couldn't quite take out the blue zone. You can't fight the blue zone.
You can't fight the blue. You can't air punch the blue.
No,
one squad that also kind of got the pinch there, Infinex. You know, we talked about them earlier on. They were fighting Cloud9. Then we saw them in the east side, pinched between 3 different squads.
Yep.
Circle popped. They ran right into the 6 a.m. snakes in the grass.
Don't want to running into snakes. They bite.
They sting. They strike.
They strike, yeah.
The venom. So good for 6 Angry Men. I mean, setting it up over there.
Yeah,
they've only getting 2 kills. They are at the bottom of the leaderboard, so every point definitely matters for that team.
Yeah, it certainly does matter, but ruining someone's game always feels fun too, right?
Especially when
you go for the instant flush every time, Dave.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have to. You have to get the flush.
Yeah, fun ruiner, Dave. That's it.
But imagine being Infinex. You're running in, you don't see anybody. You think the coast is clear. Next thing you know, you get shot from the bush.
Yeah, and then you're stuck in the blue as well, trying to heal up.
Not able to do that. So they are going to have 2 more games to go.
Yep, 2 more games to go today.
Infinex, where were they coming into today?
I believe they were just on the lower end of the scale things. They were sitting around, what was it, 15, 16, around that area.
Yeah, they were in 15th place with 25 kills, 23 placement points. So definitely another team. You know, like we keep talking about the teams from the group stages. Kind of flipping and flopping here.
Yeah, it is. Infinex.
What's going on though? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, what do you?
Well, we talked to some of the NA teams. And they said Infinex kind of came out of nowhere, really, for that group stage. And
weren't they first place?
Yeah, they were. They were first place in the group stages, and they kind of came out of nowhere. And they just one of these teams. I believe they are from Mexico, maybe.
Okay.
I think I'm right with that.
Okay.
But so they're one of these lesser known ones that just came out and started dominating everybody. Yeah. So sometimes that can happen, and you get that hot streak, that honeymoon period, and really get into it. But Revenants was another one. If you have a look at the board for that.
Let's go look at the board. Cloud9 going to be getting 10 kills that game. Pretty solid from them. 20 placement points. A nice, big, juicy 30-point chicken dinner. Spacestation Gaming definitely going to be happy, especially after last game with only 1 point. They will be getting 19 points this game. 5 kills, 14 placement points. Method, another squad that we're kind of sleeping on here today. They've been getting solid points. They got 14 this game. Pittsburgh Knights, even with that northern yoink, they got 12 points.
Man, imagine if they didn't get the northern yoink, though.
Yeah.
They would have been
Imagine if it was a southern yoink.
Yeah, a southern yoink.
They would have probably been in second, at least second or first. Yeah.
8 DP gold. I'm getting sick of seeing them up in the top 8.
What?
It's great.
You get sick of seeing them? Rephrase.
No, I mean, like, the Canadian squad,
consistency is key, man.
It is key. But I just don't know how they do it. Every time there's a top 8 leaderboard, there they are.
There they are.
The Unnamed getting
the maple syrup is strong with this one.
Yeah, well, I need some of that maple syrup because I could be using some top 8s in my games as well. HQA Gaming getting themselves a few points. They were on the bottom of the board at the start of the day. They definitely need that, and they need to keep getting as many as they can get. They needed 90 points off 7 games, my maths was. So, still under par, getting 8.
I believe they doubled their points so far here today, though.
Fantastic.
They had 8 games today, or coming into today, with around 16 to 20 points. So I feel like they might have, if they haven't doubled it, they're about 2 away.
Okay. Well, for my maths, they need about 12 a game or 11 a game to get up into a safe zone.
They're going to make you proud. they're going to do it for
really
Accountant Ben over here.
Team Totality, Simplicity, getting themselves 5 points, 4 points.
So you get it, so you get a chicken dinner, your Team Totality, then you come into the next game, get 9th place with 5 kills. They're kind of similar to Infinex, except for on the opposite end of the map, they got pinched on the west side.
Yes, they did.
Same story, but just on the other side.
Infinex Gaming, as you mentioned, they did get pinched all the way down to 13th place. Yeah, so not the hottest start.
Team 9 as well.
Team 9 got very unlucky. They met Sam and his QBZ very early on in the day.
Okay, let's check out the global leaderboards here. 10 matches played for a couple of these squads, and all the squads in the top 5 will have those 10 matches played. So we got 173, 172, so only 1 point behind when it comes to the unnamed, and then right behind them, Cloud9. They did move up 1 placement point on the leaderboard or rank. Spacestation Gaming moving up a rank as well. Pittsburgh Knights is going to be staying there. Tribe Gaming, they're not here today, so calm down. Fear the Tribe. Calm down in the chat. They're not here today. They'll be here tomorrow. They'll be able to reclaim their spot, hopefully. They're going to be in 6th place. ATP, consistency is key. No chicken dinners, but sitting at 114 points.
Perfect stuff from them. You'd really expect them to, maybe if they can amp things up a little bit in the finals, they can get themselves pretty close to.
What if they amp it up too much and they just start throwing though? That's the thing.
Yeah, they got maybe their game plan is consistency is key. Let's just consistently get top 8. And maybe some other squads yo-yo around. And
I feel like you want them to amp. You ever see that movie Crank? The guy was getting amped up the whole movie, just non-stop action. ATP, they want to do the opposite of that. They just want to chill. They want to relax. They want to play the game here. You want them to get amped up though.
Which I do want them to get amped up. This is the side of the board. This is the bottom of, well, the teams that we'll be taking through.
This is the mid-pack. This
is the mid-pack. That's it. Omen, Elite, they're not playing today. Team 9, Method's been moving up consistently today, actually. They've had a few good placements. But the squads for me are AVX and Simplicity. They've played 10 games, 59 and 51 points. They need to start having big games because they've got a lot of these guys ready to go. Euphoria and Revenants are right hot on their tails with 2 games up their sleeve. 6 Angry Men move up after that decent performance last game. B2W moving down because of it. HQA overtake Cream.
Oh, hey, yeah, HQA.
But 2 games up Cream sleeve means there's got a little wriggle room.
Not to sound harsh, but regardless, if you're on the bottom page, it's not going to matter what spot you're on.
No, if you're on the bottom page, you're
out.
You're sad at the moment.
You're definitely. Especially if you're one of those squads that the last day you played all your games.
Yep,
and you're like 16th place. You're going to be super sweating. So that's why every game you got to get as many points as possible. We keep stressing it, but I'm telling you, the last day is going to come down to like 1 or 2 points on who makes it and who doesn't make it when it comes to those squads on the cusp. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been game number 2. Sanhok in the books. We got 2 more games to go. Miramar, Erangel. So make sure you pack your sunscreen, get your sun visor, your sunglasses, and we'll be right back for the next game. Don't go nowhere.
Oh, we've seen him too.
Yep, spot him out. Landland's going to be pinned down right here.
Ambitious first aid kit, but
yeah. Oh, Landland
down
tagged right there.
So Seagut, he's fully stimmed too, so he's going to be moving quick.
right there.
Yeah.
And then wild card popping up, trying to ruin the day.
He's got two! He's got two!
The
There's only one
two-pointer.
player up now from Wildcard. This is turned
MVP.
on its head. It's a bit of a glass cannon.
The pre-fire from Wi-Fi. Going to be connecting. Chubba going to be jumping on off.
Swaps to the mini.
Oh!
Carnage managed to find the connection. Yeah, the last player from, the Tempo. Spec, the last player from Tempo is actually clutching up a little bit here. He doesn't manage to get the... Joe's vest is kind of hurting, and Jagger's got the DP, so that's 762. Jagger jumps out. Gets him,
Jagger!
Jagger's going to get both of them. Jagger!
Jumped out the door!
He's on proper 1-2.
What?
It's going to be so much fun.
What we haven't seen though is 404 getting involved in early fights. The first two games we saw them very involved in early engagements.
Yeah, I mean,
this game, very quiet.
I guess the trade-off they're making is, sure, there we go.
Vehicles.
Oh,
he gets him out again.
Down,
gets
son.
the second, goes for the run over, but no, it's just straight onto the hay bales, flies straight on forward. Goes down.
Yeah, and murdered is not the way you want to go down. Old age, maybe as they...
You don't want to go down.
Old age, maybe as they...
You don't want to go down by
like
a
that,
vehicle
no,
flip
no.
either.
That is a big
Goodness
one.
me, that is...
And this man has
PDZ
8
knocked
kills
out
now, I
and
believe.
gone, yeah. Really out here, I don't think he's going to have the angle. It has been spotted. He's going to stand up there for the kill, but he can't.
For long-range kills, if you can, in the early on games, we're here trying to get over that hill. Will he make it? He only got one wheel.
Elementrix try and push in, but they're coming up against Orange Rock, they're coming up against Hydra as well.
He's just waiting.
Aman has already gone down for entities. They've lost one of their 3 Snowblow Snakes.
A few moments later.
Yeah.
Where they have one guy who is just waiting in. This might be go time. I don't know if they spotted it out. There's 2 of them right there.
Oh my god, Neo.
Oh come on,
This
he's
guy
gonna
is
go
a
in.
really strong fragger as well.
No way.
He's
Shoot him!
Neo.
He's not fighting your team!
Leaky!
Kiki!
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 He's right there!
You know he's there!
No.
Oh
Neo.
my god!
What is going on?
Oh,
my
he's
god!
part of the teammate!
He hasn't chucked it!
Kiki!
Oh, it's
Kiki,
a third
please!
person.
Oh, he's still out! Oh, he's gone! Ah!
What is happening?
Neo! Neo, please!
He's right there!
Oh,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with NA PCM. Oh! My name is Mustache Steve. Hey, I'm practicing.
I'm practicing. The chords working.
Are you getting the chords? La, 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 la. I used to be an opera singer back in the day.
Yeah, I hear you in the shower.
Whoa.
Belting out some tunes.
Whoa, chill out,
well, I mean,
bro. Chill out. What are you talking about? What are you talking about here? So, on the break, Spacestation Gaming responding to Team Totality's little banter. They had a guy on the corner going like this, looking to get some easy kills, and they said, Team Totality?
Yeah.
Easy kills. Easy kills. So Spacestation Gaming going to be farming some kills onto Team Totality. Team Totality able to get chicken dinner here today. Spacestation Gaming second place here today. So a little tongue twister there, but
if you missed it,
if you missed
the chicken dinner, you need to go to the PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel so you can catch up on all the chicken dinners from all the regions, because there's a lot of them. A lot of eating. Good eating, too.
Oh, I'm full.
And if you want a chicken dinner yourself, Dave, you need to get on the iOS App Store or the Google Play Store. Get yourself PUBG Mobile for completely free, and chicken dinners await if you're good enough. Free chicken dinners too.
Yeah, so make sure you go check out the VODs. Maybe clip some memorable moments here.
Yeah,
maybe put your own little clips against your squads together, like Spacestation Gaming versus Team Totality.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting plays happening today. I mean, Cloud9, we got to mention them, getting second place.
Yeah, they got second.
Game 1, right? No.
No, game 2 they got second place. Game 1 they went out in 16th, unfortunately for them. They got pulled up on by a very angry.
No, Cloud9 they got first place last game.
Last game they got first place. Yeah, that's right. It was second. Spacestation second place. We're
all over the place.
All over the place. I'm getting
the Twitter memes. The Twitter memes again.
They fried my brain. They're just too dank.
Man, that's why I love NA so much, because
there's so much talk.
There's lots of banter.
Yeah.
And it's like friendly banter, but at the same time it's like low key, like
there's a little bit of sting in it.
Yeah.
A little bit
of sting. I want to see more teams get involved though.
Yeah. Tempo Storm maybe. Throw some shade at someone.
Some shade. Monaco, we're talking to you.
Yeah, Monaco. She'll be watching. Maybe she'll cook something up in the lab.
Yeah, I want to see. Who would I want to see? Maybe the Unnamed. I mean, they're in first place. They have lots of bragging rights.
Oh, they could.
Right now.
They could shut down everybody.
They could shut down. Like if they come out with something,
they could
fresh
just
out the oven.
We're in first.
That's it.
Yeah. Everyone below this line can play, and it's just the Unnamed.
That's a feels bad. That's a feels bad. So we're getting the next map set up, ready to go. Miramar, remember, I told everybody, get your sunscreen ready, get your sunglasses ready, get your hats, get your ponchos, get your little squirty bottles, the fans with the squirty bottles. They go,
they're good.
Yeah, I use those a lot when I used to go to Disney World. So.
What we do in Australia sometimes, when we go to sporting events, is we cut a watermelon in half. You eat half the watermelon, then you stick it on your head, cut eye holes out.
You're lying.
No, I'll have to find you some pictures.
You have a picture of you doing that?
No, I didn't do it. But when sometimes when they go to sporting events in the summer.
All right, so here's the watermelon. You cut it in half this way, or you cut it in half the long way?
No, half this way. So you get these two halves that you could fit.
So like the helmet halves.
Yeah, you can make a helmet if you hollow the watermelon out.
So
cut some
you eat the watermelon. First of all, half a watermelon that's pretty filling.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
you're stuffed.
Yeah, with the friends.
But you also have
fluids. Yeah, there's actually a kid that eats a whole watermelon on broadcast at some of the sporting events in Australia.
Yeah.
Who just pull up with a watermelon.
That's his thing.
And yeah, he eats it right and all. Yeah.
So we got the backpack kid out there, now we got the watermelon kid.
Yeah, he eats the whole thing. I'll have to
Does he do the helmet thing is the question.
No, because he just eats the whole thing.
The green part?
Yeah, all of it.
What?
He's crazy.
I mean, I heard that the green part of watermelon has lots of fiber, but I've never once tried. It's like eating the outside of an eggshell. You could do it as well, but I heard you eat the outside of banana
and kiwi fruit too. Kiwi fruit.
I don't know. I'm an inside eater guy.
Yeah, I'm an inside eater guy.
I'm an inside eater guy. I don't eat the outside of things. I'm not that woke, I guess you can say, when it comes to my fruits and vegetables. And
teams are going from the inside of the plane to the outside. That's generally how you parachute out of a plane. And
out the cargo hold door?
Yeah, you don't want to go out the windows. Can't fit really through there. It's very tight space, isn't it?
Very tight space.
But yeah, they're getting out, and it is pretty much the safest plane ride that I've ever seen in my life. It's straight down the middle. Yep. There will be no one unhappy by this plane path at all. Maybe if you wanted to go to prison.
No, we're happy. We're happy. We got our customers,
Everyone got good food on this plane too.
Good food. They got good seats. Everyone was able to have premium economy.
Yeah. Good
movies. We played John Wick 1 through 3 because it was a long time to get here.
Yeah, there's the bait parachute. I want that.
Maybe we gotta ask Cloud9 to hook it up.
They would have a lot of
extra bait gear.
Yeah, a lot of pull too.
Pull. Let us know. We are definitely Cloud9 fans, so send us some bait gear.
Oh! Yeah, no, I'm a Cloud9 fan. Cloud9 fan.
We're an everything fan. I mean,
I'm a fan of good mobile
good
PUBG.
Yeah.
There are a lot of teams in North America playing good mobile PUBG. There are about, about 8 teams that I'd tell you that could win.
Let me ask you. Last week I was like, NA.
Ooh. Is that a Winchester shot?
Winnie. Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, go Jagger! Mate, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with that thing in the iron sights. It is shocking.
I think they're already over the hill. I said NA probably winning finals. Some people were like, Mega Law.
You got a lot of heat for that. They didn't even win a game last season at the World
Whoa.
I mean, I'm just repeating some of the comments.
Ben. Okay, but I said they're looking way stronger this time around. That's what my main point was, that I feel a lot more confident. Not only some squads are trying to make it back there, and they're already like, we have to redeem ourselves.
Hungry.
So they got that fire in their belly. You don't want to talk about that, do you?
No, I do. I mean, that's a good thing, but it's a good topic to bring up because the progression from last split to this split, yeah, there's a lot of improvement, and you can see it just in the gunplay alone. Like, a lot of these teams are just outthinking what they were doing previously. There's a lot more...
Simple.
Well, it's a lot more planning in their execution.
And they have more experience. I mean,
exactly. And experience is a big thing. Of course, it will be hard going up against regions like Southeast Asia, Europe.
Of course.
There's a lot of great teams there. India as well.
Some
absolute star teams in India. Star, Infinex, Simple, one of the stars, has taken out one of the Team Totality members pretty quickly on, so he'll have plenty of opportunity to get the tweets flowing.
They need to punch him out. Oh, Richie trying to return the fire over here. Yeah. This is near that casino area.
Picnic tables, will claim. Enigma.
Simple getting first blood out here. Team Totality, man, Infinex, they've been fighting everybody early game.
Yeah, not sure if it's luck. Not sure if they want. Oh, that's a send.
I mean, it's only Richie.
There is only one in there, Rojas.
Yeah, we have another.
Rojas has no vest though. So
we have Tensa back there, but Tensa's too far that if they do crash this, I don't think Richie will have that support behind him.
There is no line of sight really from where Tensa is on, so he might actually have to get a little bit of a move on if he wants to save.
Oh, okay.
Young Richie.
And they're moving as 3 as well.
Hang on, he's got the shotgun, the auto shotty as well, so this could be one-tap dirt naps for these players without vests, and there's a few of them.
I wouldn't send Chris first.
No.
Because no helmet or Simple, but it looks like they're going to be doing that.
Oh, we can hear them up. This could be very dangerous. He saw the barrel.
Okay,
he saw the barrel.
This is it. Oh, the jump shot. The spray. It's a 3v1. It's a 3v1.
Yeah, Richie, he found himself under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Those jump shots.
Yeah,
I tried pulling those off this past weekend. I can't do it.
Can't do it?
I get stuck in the the jumping animation. I can't fire.
It's not for everyone. We saw Jagger pull off a 2v1 jump shot with a DP the other night. It was beautiful. Unfortunately for Team Totality, not so beautiful is the kill feed, as they found 2 players in the dirt early days. This is your live points. Team Totality sitting 1 above the Unnamed. Both of these teams in play today. Cloud9, Spacestation, Pittsburgh, they're all there too. You're saying that Cloud9 are a chicken dinner off reaching the top of the pack. Some of the other notable teams there, 8DP Gold, have been so consistent for so long.
Yeah, so let's see. 8DP, they had about 46 kills coming into today, a total of 9.7k damage.
It's decent
as a squad. Yeah, so I feel like it was all evenly spread out amongst the squad as well.
Yeah, I've seen people commenting about 8DP on Twitter, saying they're just 1-star fragger short of being a championship contender. And that's such a strange way to look at it, because yeah, sure, that star player can turn things around for your team, but also if you have a team of 4 that work like 8DP,
yeah, I feel like they're doing really well right now.
And if you take one piece of the puzzle out, it could just upset everything. So it's a really hard call to make.
Especially with a fragger, they might always be pushing, aggressive, and that's just not in the DNA, I feel like, of 8DP at this point.
Yeah, it certainly isn't. So it's a risk they would have to take. I don't think they need to do anything. Just
I mean,
they keep improving.
On this track, they're qualifying for the next stage.
Yep, and that's where you want to be at, giving yourself the best opportunity, as deep into the tournament as you can go. HQA, one of their players did get knocked out by AVX, but it looks like he'll be able to claw his way to the smoke and be revived. So that fight is going on. We have had the circle pop, by the way, while we were flapping our gums. It has gone far west. There is some unplayable zone in there. It's not as rude as you'd think. Picardo's still in there. Monte Nervo still in there. The power grid. So it's a pretty friendly circle, really, when you're given the playing path. There's only the teams that rotated far east or dropped far east are in a bit of strife. This is a long shot and a half. If it hits this, I'll be impressed.
Couple squads to kind of keep your eye on with this circle, just based off of where they dropped 6 a.m. all the way up at Camp Militar. Already taken some blue damage, actually. And then Latinos, Unidos, and Puerto Paricio. So these are our 2 squads that are the furthest away from circle number 1. So we'll see how they can fare moving forward. When it comes to teams looking the best in circle 1, as far as being in a centralized position, it has to be Infinex and ATP.
Yeah, certainly are all up in that circle. As
they're all up in it.
All up in it. The eastern side of that circle is pretty clear at the moment too, so shouldn't be too hard to rotate in. Of course, it is the first, so it's quite a friendly one to rotate into unless something really goes wrong. Looks like Space Station will rotate in from the south, which is the safest way they could have possibly gone, so they've read the situation pretty decently.
Let us know in the chat. Who do you think is going to win this game? Game number 3, Miramar.
Game 3.
I mean, now's the time when you place your bets.
Well, that's it. Best odds. 16 teams live, first circle. Not bad.
Not bad.
I'd be putting my odds.
Who would you put it on?
This team on screen now, Pittsburgh Knights. I think they are going to be furious after that yoinking circle.
So you think they're winning this game?
Yep, backing them in.
They are pretty good when it comes to circle 1, but we've seen their luck here today.
Well, sometimes your luck turns.
Talking about luck,
I'm blessing it.
Sixless, you know, I like to reach out to a couple players, get their food for thought. I asked Sixless, what are you going to do? What are you going to do today?
What are you going to do?
Can you guess what they told me?
Probably play some PUBG Mobile.
Yeah, that's what they told me, but I said, how are you going to catch up to the Unnamed?
Okay.
Sixless replied, eat tacos and pray to the circle gods.
Well, sometimes that's all you can do. Tacos are very nutritious.
That word for word. That was word for word.
Word for word.
Word for word. Eat tacos, pray to the circle gods. Word to the wise right there. That's how Sixless plans on catching up to the Unnamed.
Look, I think you might need to put a little more brain power in than that to actually do it, but applaud it.
I mean, not praying hard enough either, because they're all the way out there. They should be able to easily work their way on in. They're going to be pulling up behind Totality and Infinex, but maybe it's the type of tacos, you know? Like,
yeah, maybe he's upset them.
Personally, I like chicken tacos, some cheese and guacamole. I'm a simple-minded person when it comes to my taco selection.
I like diced tomatoes.
It gets too soggy.
That's why you get them quick. Get them right in there. Get them quick. Usually you can go like maybe 1 or 2 tacos with diced tomatoes, and then you just don't put them on the rest. So you do the diced tomato tacos first.
You're a quick taco eater.
That's some taco meta.
Taco meta 101 here in the NA region. This is early game Miramar. We are going to see Fantasy catching out one of the members from Team 9. Team 9 not having the best of days here today. Going to be driving off in that van, pumping some tunes, some Sabrina Carpenter, I hope.
Yeah, we haven't heard her yet today. She's not on the mic at the moment, but...
Oh, look at this thing. It's already smoking.
He does not give a hoot about...
I've actually never seen a van catch that much air.
The insurance payout on that thing must be
The shocks are good.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's impressive what he's making that thing do.
Spitfire question, least favorite vehicle in PUBG.
Oh, it is that van.
Is it?
Or the 3-wheel bike.
The 3, okay.
Yeah, the 3-wheel bike is a horrendous vehicle, and it should be removed from the game.
I was a big fan of the tuk-tuk on Sanhok, but then I was playing over the break, and I tried to take a tuk-tuk uphill.
No, it just stalls.
It stalled out, and I got shot out of my tuk-tuk and killed. I was like, tuk-tuk, son of a tuk-tuk. Like, son of a tuk-tuk, yeah, because all the other vehicles can pretty much climb up hills for the most part, especially buggies. And like you said, the van could kind of, climb up hill.
If it gets enough speed, it does, because it actually moves quite quick at top speed. It's not
the tuk-tuk?
slow. No, the van.
Oh, the tuk-tuk just straight up.
We don't even talk about the tuk-tuk.
We don't talk about the tuk-tuk here.
That's a It's not a vehicle in my book.
Well, it is.
It might as well not be.
It's got an engine.
On half of the terrain on Sanhok, you'd be better running uphill. If you're fully stimmed.
Yeah, you actually run faster uphill
than a
tuk-tuk can actually drive. So
but it is fun going downhill on one, though.
it is fun.
Yeah.
But a lot of squads right now, early game like we mentioned, circle number 2, they just gathering as many resources as possible, right? And in this case, early game, you want to get as many vehicles as possible, especially here on Miramar, because not only can you use it for rotations, but you can also use it as cover, as we see Blood and Loyalty popping off. This is your squad. The Knights, you said they were going to get the chicken dinner here. Yeah, Vigilante is pinned down.
He's pinned down, but doesn't go down without a fight. There are a lot of teams within QE of each other at the moment. You can see that with Simplicity now getting into it. Vigilante is actually, he's struggling. He's running.
From 4.
Get out of there, boy.
From 4 members.
Get out of there, boy. You see Sam rotating back very quickly to try and help his boy Vigilante. It looks like Blood and Loyalty have flushed out this compound pretty easily, really. They managed to scare him away. Shots will start to trade back and forth, but Blood and Loyalty have won this engagement without really knocking anyone. So
they took the building.
Full advantage for Blood and Loyalty there, but Vigilante did very well to get out with it. Oh my lord, that's a southern shift. So he just had a far north shift. Now we've got a far south shift.
Look who's been praying.
Yeah.
Sixless eating them tacos.
He's finished his tacos, now he's praying. Vigilante does get caught and he's going to get knocked and finished too. So that is a rough start for the squad that I backed in, but
still 3 alive.
Yeah.
I was actually going to compliment Vigilante and their ability to kind of peel off of that one and not get taken off.
Can be quite easy to overstay your welcome there, trying to bait information and maybe.
And I feel like that's what happened. You know, they were safe. Their squad members were there to provide that support for them to kind of pull off of that one. But we saw Vigilante getting a little greedy there, tossing out some grenades when they could have evacuated the area, paying the price of their life there. Like we said, next circle's up, so we had a bunch of teams in the east side. They're all going to be in their vehicles now, trying to fight for any type of ground that they can acquire here in the new zone.
Yeah, Tensa did take out Russell, so Simplicity will hurt at the moment as well. So this is some of the big squads starting to chime in on the conversation now. We are on board with Infinex. We've got 2 kills to their name. Beowulf's picked up an M24 and is starting to dish out the pain as well.
M24?
HQA. Player has worn a knock to that. I don't know if we'll be able to confirm the kill because when you do take a shot with an M24, it usually is at a pretty long distance. You don't want to be using that as a shotgun up close. You can, but don't usually see it, as Uneven's actually knocked one of the players from HQA as well. Simplicity, their last 2 players are moving very quickly away from the scene of the crime. Team Totality down to only 2 members after that early engagement with Infinex though, so they have the right players alive, which is Tensa and HH24, 2 of their higher placing and higher statistical players, but here we see Cloud9, they're rotating in. They've knocked a few of these HQA players out. Beowulf with an M24 and Uneven with the spray down on the M4.
Yeah, I wonder if Cloud9, if they're just going to kind of push in to the edge here, the zone, or if they're going to full send it. It looks like they're going to try to be doing some scouting right now. Very smart, because HQA are right here on the edge. Like you said, they got one of the knocks here. They're trying to make sure that they do have a safe passage. Looks like they are going to be camping the edge right here. Are going to be needing to be careful because 6 Angry Men are to the north, AVX down there in Power Grid. Like you said, 2 members from Team Totality. That's Tensa and HH24, 2 really strong fraggers.
They've been spotted
from Totality are going to be alive here.
They've definitely been spotted by the side of Cloud9. Cloud9, as you said, getting as much knowledge as they possibly can. They're going
to be taking it easy.
Yeah, their backs to the circles at the moment. So they're going to be a little wary of this next shift, and it will be coming in now.
And it's going to favor them, actually. So they can continue to kind of use these ravines as cover and, survive a little longer. They might want to protect their backside just in case HQA try to push up onto them, or 6 Angry Men, as we do see the new zone, as we see another hard shift, but this time to the other side.
Spacestation are coming in hot and fast, and they're running straight into squads. If they don't pull up or they don't win these engagements, they're going to be very salty with themselves. Monarch's falling out of the car. That's not the way to go. Juicy has actually taken out Sam from the Pittsburgh Knights, so they did pull up on the side of the Pittsburgh Knights, and Now they got Jagger as well, so Knights are down to 1 player alive at the moment. This is disastrous for them. I backed them in for the win, but they could be going out in 16th place. Latinos, Unidos, and Blood and Loyalty are firing back and forth at each other. And AWM
nice
crate just hanging out.
Nice crate. Especially on Miramar.
Yeah, AWM very powerful.
So C9, we saw them pushing into the power grid. They will be occupying this and probably camping it out.
Gone.
Yeah,
I
nice.
called them for a win, and they've gone out in 16th place. I'm so sorry, fellas.
Oh, yeah. Here come. Ooh, look at Fantasy's little rock
This is
perch
a
up here. Going to be
fantastic
taking out Latinos Unidos.
That's them finished and done too. So
Yeah.
Blood and Loyalty,
Getting some kills on the board here.
they took the compound that the Pittsburgh Knights resided in, and they've really made the most of it. As HH24 has actually managed to claim himself a knock on one of the 6 Angry Men. Sixless is now starting to put hurt onto other squads. This is where the action breaks out. Circle 4.
14 teams alive, yep.
Yeah, everyone really wants a piece of the pie now as Fantasy's handing out more knocks. HH24 isn't finished either. Too strong the side of Team Totality, but they're not down and out. Now, HH24 has finally been silenced.
There's the power grid. Nice little overview here. AVX are going to be in the outskirts of it. When it comes to being the closest to zone, they will be the closest to center of this circle. Looks like HQA are going to be trying to get a little higher up here in these warehouses to get some information, maybe swap out a gun here or there. They are going to be fairly safe for the time being as they do have hard cover. Nice little aerial view once again. I don't feel in my jellies that we'll be getting a hard shift into the power grid again. We might have a smidge of power grid in and probably where AVX is, but these squads are definitely going to need to come up with some type of evacuation plan, in my opinion. Cloud9 probably the best situated because they can just rotate through the north while we see HQA. They are going to have a couple squads down there to their south, like Blood and Loyalty and Team 9.
These two on
still
your
alive.
screen.
Team Totality.
They have been doing an absolute
surviving.
mountain of work. Not only surviving, but taking out players as well.
How many kills?
They will be
4
hurting.
kills.
They've got 4 kills between those 2 players. And they've had to fight their way out of every situation. I believe they've whittled the 6 Angry Men down to the last Angry Man.
Did they? Oh, yeah, just Pika out there.
HH24 has been knocked by said Pika.
Ooh.
So now it turns down to a little bit of a 1v1.
Tenso's
taking
took out
him out.
Pika.
So Tenso might be able to res HH24 as well, revive him.
Yeah.
Which you'd hope so.
For sure.
The sake of that storyline, those two blokes fighting against the world, really. HH24 and Tensor. 2 of the stars of our tournament so far. 6. Oh, Blood and Loyalty Fantasy has been absolutely wrecking the kill feed as well. It'll be very interesting to know what position he finds himself on.
Well, remember, we saw him up there on the high perch over there.
Oh, wow, look at that. The Taco has come into effect for Sixless and his squad as it has been a hard shift away from that power.
There's a hard shift south, hard shift north, hard shift south, once again.
Yo-yoing around.
Yeah, all over the place. So...
Oh, man, that spot the Pittsburgh Knights had at the start of the game.
It's still in it.
And it would have been an absolute banger.
That's where Spacestation is now.
Yeah.
They overtook them. So almost immediately we see Cloud9 getting into the vehicles, rotating, concentrating on positioning. They are going to need to be careful as the Unnamed have a nice little crossfire happening right there on the street. K-Bo going to be popping up. K-Bo, the worm in the dirt. Going to be confirming one of these kills.
It's Team 9 doing some work as Infinex getting pulled up on by AVX. Chris goes down and out. Rojas now is the next one to answer. He might go down as well. Karma, he might be the last player alive for the side of Infinex, who were sitting pretty central for the longest time, but now he has no first aid kits. He's going to fight his way out. He fights one, but the second one won't be answered.
That was close.
It was very close.
Oh, Goose.
But no banana. Yeah, Goose is really hurting.
No helmet.
It's only Goose and the dot left. Yeah, you can't put the level 3 vest on your head though, unfortunately. As we see Fantasy out with 4 kills and Tensor joining him there, but we see Blood and Loyalty versus Method. That's a big one going in. Team 9 in the area as well.
Spacestation should be able to keep the Unnamed out as there
might
are
even get some kills here too.
Going to be taking some shots at Raven over here. I believe it's just Bucky now from the Unnamed.
Oh, it's rough to see Raven not having the best day so far. HQA get one player knocked out to the play zone as they're trying to rotate in through the north. Cloud9's coming in hot and fast.
They might be getting a crate too. They need to take out ATP. ATP is going to be behind them.
Oh, here we go. This is ATP.
Oh, the other 2 members of the Unnamed.
Oh, the Unnamed are very, very low. They're hurting.
Easy's
Last
trying to
player,
heal up. Oh, Easy is dead.
They both bleed. Well, Easy bleeds out. And it looks like the Unnamed might be joining them very soon in the dirt. ATP did go down. Sixless is now answering onto Blood and Loyalty themselves. Ran actually.
Well, C9 is going to be camping.
Yeah.
Ran, so
Ran pops out from behind cover and sprays down Beowulf very quickly, but you'd imagine that he'd be able to get back up.
4 members of C9 and Ran, remember, in the blue. So they have some cover to work with, but C9 can just keep them pinned down and make them bleed out. As Clue going to be pushing up here, getting these grenades ready. Simplicity going to be in these little shacks. Team 9, remember, they wanted to focus on keeping 4 alive here to the late game.
They got 3.
They got 3 alive. We're getting there. I mean, circle number 5, so it's mid-game in my opinion, but they're going to be pushing up onto the Simplicity shacks, trying to overtake it. It is going to be right on the edge, so it could be a pretty solid position as we see C9 in the kill feed. They are going to be pushing AVX as well. There goes the Ran to the play zone. Beowulf going out to the play zone, so they did not get the revive. Interesting.
They didn't, and they've got another player on the dirt as well. Spacestation Gaming are laughing at the lobby, though, as they get another circle shift towards their way. This is going to be the fight, though. Now Goose pulls around the corner. The AK spray is good. The second spray is good, too. He's knocked them all out. Goose claims 2 and sends Team 9 packing. Goose and the Doc live another day. Another team that are living another day as well, Team Totality. They're still up and about in that northern side. They're working their way in, so it might be Goose and the Doc versus HH24 and 10, so that could be a nice little battle to watch out.
Yeah, you would think Bucky is dead to rights here.
Yeah.
Rolex pinning him down the vehicle, I believe.
Smoking.
It's going to be smoking. It's going to be providing cover. Bucky just continuing to spam those smokes, right, to keep them guessing on where they are. But looks like Rolex going to be pulling off this one. They do have the new circle, so they don't want to give up any of their position here. As C9, 3 alive, going to be taking shots. HH24 still alive on the motorcycle, trying to get it a little more into the center here.
He's been taken out by Sixless, who claimed the final tag on that kill, so now it is just Tensor. HQA, they've been taken out, they've been silenced as well, so it is
Blood and Loyalty with 4 alive still.
And they're not in a bad position too. A lot of kills to their name.
They're in the east.
Coming through as well, as one of the Simplicity players has been picked up by Sixless in the long range. 4 kills for Sixless already, so he's doing quite well, and that's another kill actually for Blood and Loyalty, so they're doing very well.
Yeah, this is probably
Cloud9
the best
are pulling up on Space Station though. They're cresting this ridge. They're making sure.
They have a nice ravine to work with, and it is right on the edge. So
Blood and Loyalty are pushing in now. They finally find themselves in the circle. There are some players on the outside.
Oh, yeah, Unnamed. They were spotted, so they will be eliminated here. Team Totality, like you said, still 1 alive. Simplicity 1 alive. B2W 2 alive. So got a couple worms in the dirt. C9, they are going to have 1 bleeding out. They did get the revive over here. Space Station Gaming with 4. Blood and Loyalty with 4. So we're going to have a nice little battle. I think Fantasy is setting themselves up to get this crate out here.
That's Tensor knocked out, our kill leader. He got 6 though from a
6
terrible position they were in. They were taken down.
They lost 2 in Circle 1.
Circle 1, they got 2 taken out, so they did very well for themselves. This is Ricked from the Blood Loyalty guys. Yeah, they've got 10 loyalty. Fantasy has the majority of that thing. Doc finally bleeds out. He was healing in the play zone for forever and a day. This is B2W's Parker taking shots with that SLR. Very unique sounding weapon.
Got the gold one too.
Yeah, that's fancy.
Be shining out
We are down to our final 4. Circle favors no one as it hasn't popped just yet. Space Station are claiming a lot of area though, so
definitely spraying themselves. Next circle pops. B2W, really. 1G. They're going to be on the edge.
Yeah, just inside on the edge.
And I'm not sure. Okay, I was going to say I don't think anyone's aware of them, but as we saw right there, Parka will be receiving some shots from Blood and Loyalty.
Cloud9 are in a rough spot though.
Really rough. Look at this.
They're really a rough spot. They have to rotate through the middle of Blood and Loyalty and Space Station.
Yep.
Sixless.
They do have smokes. They're going to be tossing you smokes, making a smoke wall.
And it looks like Blood and Loyalty and Space Station might just be trading blows on each other, which could help Cloud9 out a lot. Angry is hopping in a car.
Trying to get some cover. There using the rock.
Sprays do come out. Angry actually gets knocked out by Fantasy, who confirms him as well. So 11 kills now for the Blood and Loyalty gang.
I like Blood and Loyalty though. They sent it as center as possible here compared to the other squads. Now, I believe Chubby is bleeding out here, so hopefully Fantasy will be able to get them up. Cobra trying to take the shot on C9. Yep, C9 trying to make it on into new zone. They are going to be spotted.
That's C9 out.
Percocet, yeah, was taking a nice trade right there, but like you said, C9, they had such a challenging path to make it on into circle number 7. They were pretty much dead to rights right there. B2W, just the thorn in the back right now, trying to third party both Spacestation and Blood Loyalty.
That was their first kill, by the way.
Oh, wow.
That was their first kill of the game, this late in. B2W found themselves doing very well for themselves after they loaded in with 3. Unfortunately losing 1.
Blue's right on their back, too.
Yeah, they don't have to move just yet, though. They are in the next circle.
Yeah.
Smoke walls start to come out. I believe every team will have information on where each other are at the moment as well. So it will come down to who can get these off angles, who can use their utility, and it looks like Blood and Loyalty might be looking for one onto Space Station straight away.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're
Parker
pushing this
seems to
way.
answer.
Yeah, they know B2W's in this position, but it seems like they're going to focus on possibly taking the fight to Space Station Gaming first here. As Fantasy, they're getting close, they're getting down in the dirt here, they're getting their elbows nice and dirty. Still tossing these smokes to block those sightlines from B2W. See a couple of members, I believe that was Chuba and Rick, cooking some grenades.
Ooh,
yep, there goes Rick onto Rolex. Space Station, they're still grouped together. Chuba will be popping up, recognizing the situation, probably recalling this information to their squad members. Parker trying to get the third party. They see the kill feed popping off. They don't want to lose any points off this.
Certainly don't. The cowboy hat with Chuba, or Little Chubby, is poking the bear that is Space Station Gaming, and it's being answered. Sixless doesn't want to go down without a fight. Now the nades can't start coming through. Some smokes down from
grenades.
Parker. Some big nades coming through. That will be the
Parker.
hole-in-one. He'll knock Juicy out. There is Sixless still alive.
Trying to blow up the vehicle. Oh no.
Actually,
Oh no.
Oh, it's so
Sixless
close.
so
Sixless
low.
is so
Here
low.
comes another grenade, another Kobe out here.
Surely this will end
Oh!
the day
Yeah.
for the side of Space Station Gaming.
Juan
It
G
does.
though, getting rigged with that grenade.
It does. This is all of a sudden very hairy situation for both these teams. B2W find themselves in a decent position with lots of health at their side. They could sneak away with the chicken dinner if they don't let up on the pressure. They might let the revives come out, but it looks like there might only be the one player from Blood and Loyalty alive. In fact, it is. It is Chubby healing in the zone. It won't be able to be enough. Not in time. B2W, from nowhere, have snuck themselves out a 3-man Chicky D.
Chicky D's in the chat right now.
And they definitely needed that one, Dave, as a 4-kill chicken dinner will still net you 24 points, but what a performance from Blood and Loyalty. They have netted themselves
I feel like that's their best
14,
game here.
15 kills, I believe it was. That is nuts from them.
Let's send it on over to the highlights from the Miramar game here today. Let's pay attention to Blood and Loyalty, kind of where they dropped. I mean, we're not going to see many highlights from them. Oh, Enigma, the Yeti out here.
Yeah, this is early
melting
in
the desert.
Yeah, he unfortunately got melted pretty early on, but Team Totality did a fantastic job to recover there. Tensor and HH24 really stepping it up for the squad. This was Fantasy's early positioning was absolutely paramount. But the big key there was, Dave, we mentioned a few times.
What's up?
Was Vigilante getting pushed out of that compound for free. Gave Blood and Loyalty the perfect position. And then Pittsburgh Knights, they were forced into a really rough one. And Blood and Loyalty were able to take wherever they wanted on that zone. And fortunately for them, it favored them, the circle shift. So you just got to wonder what could have been for the Pittsburgh Knights if they managed to defend that push, or things went a different way.
Yeah, well, I mean, they couldn't defend it, right? It was a 4v1,
yeah.
But Vigilante was able to pull out. So, like you said, what could have been if they were able to successfully retreat off of that, regroup, and maybe take the fight to our squad out there. So, Sixless, 5 kills.
That's good.
Eating lots of tacos that game. They did have about 3 different circles kind of favor them. For a second, it was looking really rough as we had that one northern yoink.
Yeah, we had the north-south, north-south.
But then they kept going back down to them. So pretty good to get the 3rd place. I got to say, though, what was it? Blood and Loyalty, they surprised me making the push onto Space Station.
Yeah, they got very aggressive.
Onto Space Station, though. Like,
yeah.
I wonder what the decision-making was there. Maybe because Space Station Gaming, they were the closest to them, so that they were within that grenade range. Because they knew B2W was down there in the south. So
and B2W was third-partying
They're
as well.
third-partying. So I'm curious on why they did decide to take the Space Station Gaming fight first.
Yes.
I would like to maybe hear from them. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to send it to a quick break. Don't go nowhere. We got one more game to go here. And leaderboards. We'll be right back.
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. A quick game for those short breaks. There is a better choice.
Oh, he's seen him too.
Yep, spot him out. Land's going to be pinned down right
Ambitious
here.
first aid gift, but
yeah. Oh,
will get
Land's
taken down
tagged
for
right
it.
there.
So Seagut, he's fully stimmed too, so he's going to be moving quick.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then Wildcard popping up, trying to ruin the day.
Nade.
Oh!
He's got two!
The
There's only one
two-pointer.
player up now from Wildcard. This is turned
MVP.
on its head. It's a bit of a glass cannon.
The pre-fire from Wi-Fi. Going to be connecting. Chubba going to be jumping
low.
on off.
Swaps to the mini.
Oh!
Carnage managed to find the connection. Yeah, the last player from, oh, the Tempo. Spec, the last player from Tempo is actually clutching up a little bit here. Doesn't manage to get the... Joe's vest is kind of hurting, and Jagger's got the DP, so that's 762. Jagger jumps out. Gets him,
Jagger!
Jagger's going to get both of them. Jagger!
Jumped out the door!
He's on proper 1-2.
What?
It's going to be so much fun.
What we haven't seen though is 404 getting involved in early fights. The first two games we saw them very involved in early engagements.
Yeah, I mean,
this game, very quiet.
I guess the trade-off they're making is, sure, there we go.
Vehicles.
Oh,
he gets him out
Run him
again.
down,
Gets
son.
the second, goes for the run over, but no, it's just straight onto the hay bales, flies straight on forward. Goes down.
Yeah, and murdered is not the way you want to go down. Old age, maybe as they...
You don't want to go down.
Old age, maybe as they...
You don't want to go down
Don't
by
like
a
that,
vehicle
no,
flip
no.
either.
That is a big
Goodness
one.
me, that is...
And this man has
PDZ
8
knocked
kills
out
now, I
and
believe.
gone, yeah. Probably out here, I don't think he's going to have the angle.
Oh,
He has been spotted. He's going to stand up there for the kill, but he can't.
For long-range kills, if you can, in the early on games, we're here trying to get over that hill. Will he make it? He only got one wheel.
Elementrix try and push in, but they're coming up against Orange Rock, they're coming up against Hydra as well.
He's just waiting.
Aman has already gone down for entities. They've lost one of their 3 Snowblow Snakes.
A few moments later.
Yeah.
Where they have one guy who is just waiting in. This might be go time. I don't know if they spotted it out. There's 2 of them right there.
Oh my god, Neo.
Oh come on,
This
he's
guy
gonna
is
go
a
in.
really strong fragger as well.
No way.
He's
Shoot him!
Neo.
He's not part of your team!
Leaky!
Kiki!
Kiki!
Come on.
Kiki! He's right there!
You know he's there!
No.
Oh my
Neo.
god!
What is going on?
Oh,
my
he's
god!
part of the team,
He
mate!
hasn't chucked it!
Kiki,
Oh, it's
Kiki,
a third
please!
person.
Oh, he's still relevant! Oh, he's gone! Ah!
What is happening?
Neo! Neo, please!
He's right there!
Oh,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got one more game here to go. Erangel. Tried and true.
Yeah.
Feeling good over here.
Classic map.
Classic map.
It's coming at you.
We got people firing shots at your boy over here. Wicked Gaming telling me to be Bowtie Dave. Put ones in the chat right now if I should be Bowtie Dave. Twos in the chat if I should just be Pocket Square Dave.
If you want to see more Pocket Square Dave, you need to get onto the PUBG Mobile Esports YouTube channel where he has several Pocket Squares. So you can keep track of it.
I switch it up.
He switches the Pocket Squares up.
It's like Starburst.
If you want a Pocket Square skin, you need to contact Tencent and ask them. But you need the game as well. Download the game on the iOS App Store and Google Play Store. Play it for free. Dominate. Chicken dinners flying everywhere. Chicken dinner for B2W last game. It was a tiny one. A little teeny weeny chicken dinner. A chicken snack almost.
Well, let's go check out the snacks on the leaderboards. Here we go.
You can see them.
Blood and Loyalty, 15 kills. They got second place that game, but they were able to get 29 points. B2W, only 4 kills, and that was at the end.
Yep.
Getting 20 placement points with 24 kills. Very important game for both these squads coming into today. B2W, 11 kills, 14 points as far as placement goes. They were in 23rd position. Blood and Loyalty were in 22nd place with only 9 kills, 21 placement points. So that right there, doubling their points with only one game.
Some fantastic stuff. Spacestation and Team Totality, they've been going
at it all day.
Yep, in the Twitter sphere, but Spacestation get the best of them in Game 3. Cloud9, also another big team up there in 5th place, getting themselves 12 points. Simplicity, much needed points for them. The Unnamed, they're continuing to be pretty decent. And AVX, more points for them, but they need a little bit more. Infinex, Team 9, HQA, Method, they've been all quiet. Method had a good day up to this point.
We say that, but they only moved up one overall.
Yeah, they had a long mountain to climb at the start of the day. Finally, we see ADP gold, not in the top 8, so they took a little bit of a break.
You jinxed it.
Yeah, they took a bit of... No, I jinxed the Pittsburgh Knights that went out.
Yeah, you said that they were going to win. You felt it that they were getting a 20 kill game.
Yeah, I thought they were going to have a fantastic game from the position they were in, and then all of a sudden...
They got crashed on.
Yeah, they got crashed on. Vigilante wasn't able to survive, and from there it was all pretty much downhill. A Space Station came in and cleaned them up. Latinos, Unidos, another quiet team that have been coming out now.
The overall Team Totality, they will still be in that first place position, 5 points ahead of the Unnamed. Right below them is going to be Cloud9, Space Station Gaming. When it comes to bragging rights, will be higher up on the leaderboard when it comes to the Knights, Tribe, ATP, and Ignite. Remember, Ignite and Tribe, they're not here today. They will be coming back tomorrow to try to recapture their place when it comes to the overall leaderboard here.
Really got a feel for Space Station with no chicken dinner just yet. As Team 9 have moved up a little bit in the board, but they have played 11 games. Tempo Storm still has games up their sleeves. You mentioned Method hasn't moved a lot of positions, but they have managed to close the point gaps up pretty well.
Yeah, they started today in 13th
so
spot with about 56 placement points. So it goes to show you how, obviously everyone's moving up when it comes to the total points here.
Blood and Loyalty, that's a big move though. Managed to get themselves inside the safe zone.
They were today.
Yeah, 22nd at the start of the day, and now they find themselves in 15th.
Safe. Still on the cusp, though. Still on the cusp.
Yep.
Like, they're making lots of progress, but still, this is where, 15th, 16th, 14th, you're still going to be shaking in your boots.
Yeah, the Revenants are close behind teams such as Simplicity and B2W with 3 games up their sleeve. So Euphoria as well, not a bad shout. If they can get some more kill points, that'd be handy. But 6 Angry Men.
Chicken dinner still on the bottom half.
It just shows that the start of the semifinals wasn't too crash hot. 6 Angry Men, HQA, and Latinos Unidos are the ones there that are really losing out at the moment, though. You'd think that unless they get the biggest day of their life coming into the last day,
which is possible.
It is possible, but they are about 70 to 80 points behind the hypothetical safe zone of about 115 points.
Very hypothetical there. So I got to give it, though. I got to give it to B2W. Yes, only 1 chicken dinner, 43 placement points, 21 kills. But at the end there, we were getting a little concerned because they were so passive.
Yep.
It was top 3 situation. They only had 1 kill.
Yep.
I like how they immediately pushed up over that hill, kind of went out of their comfort zone to try to third-party the Space Station gaming fight and the Blood and Loyalty fight. Because I feel like if they remained passive back there,
they're the big winners there.
They're the big winners. But if they kept passive, I feel like Space Station or whoever won that fight would have been able to heal up, maybe regroup, maybe loot some more meds, and B2W would have found themselves in a very tricky situation. But timing is key there. They weren't passive at the end. They pushed, I believe, one of those members threw a nice grenade onto Sixless. Yeah. Yep. So I like that they kind of went out their comfort zone at the end.
Sometimes you need to. Sometimes you need to seize the moment, carpe diem, and which is seize the day actually, not seize the moment.
Well, the day, the night.
Well, it was day on Miramar. You need to seize that moment where the third-party action's coming in, especially if you find yourself in a position where you think your low ground positioning isn't the best. Really take that fight, that third party, become the third party. And
stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man. They definitely did that, and they...
Bowtie Dave.
No, not Bowtie Dave.
Bowtie Dave in the chat.
Bowtie Dave in the chat.
Oh, keep going. Though. Stick it to the man.
You got to stick it to the man, but you got to feel for them preventing Spacestation Gaming from claiming their maiden chicken dinner in the
so
semifinals.
Close to getting chicken today too.
They've been so close, but
two games in a row. Yeah. That's a Linkin Park song.
Is it actually?
I'm so close, but yet so far. Maybe not.
All right. Well, yeah,
I feel like I've heard it somewhere. Maybe Sabrina Carpenter is working on it. I'm a ghostwriter for her.
Wouldn't surprise me the way you give her the plug. You've really been doing her brand some good.
Dude, I mean, I was getting her confused for like first week group stages.
Not Selena Gomez. It was Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, fantastic artist as well.
Absolutely fantastic
artist. But is not the one with the song within the PUBG mobile game. That is Sabrina Carpenter. Go make sure to check out her smash hit.
If you got the name of the song.
If you got the name of the song.
That's all right. We got the playing
just
coming in.
Just type in Google.
PUBG, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, there you go.
Amazing song, best song in the game. Look at that. A little bit of a sunset.
Look at the sunset. So beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful.
Very romantic. What's the old saying? You should know this. Yellow or orange, red at the evening means something the next day.
I actually have no idea.
It's like a sailor saying. Like the sailors. Okay, yeah. You seem like a sailor. You sailing?
Actually, I was born in a sailing town, I guess, in Fremantle.
There you go. And you don't know that saying?
No, useless.
Useless.
As we see, Uneven on the back of a buggy getting out of there in his Roman chariot gear. The plane went from Primorsk to about Lipovka area, and the circle has greeted us with a bit of a tricky one to start off the end of the game. It's a far eastern circle that has Milta, Novo sitting around it, Milta Power in there as well. So not a lot of room because there is a big chunk of water, in fact. Military Island still in play as well.
Named. I like where they're going. They're going to Nova. They're still parachuting out there. We do see Infinex. They have been the squad dropping Millie all day long. So, when it comes to this game, we'll be definitely paying off.
6 a.m., just hanging out. It's interesting that we've seen a few people now in the Roman chariot. Yeah, Primorsk.
Yeah, hey, new spot.
Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. There was the first stop on the plane ride, so maybe they didn't have nice leg room. They just needed to get out early.
They should be able to acquire a boat and maybe wrap around the southern end of military base and maybe beach themselves on Milta Power.
Use a bit of a change up. Blood and Loyalty, they're in Pachinki, as always, but...
Get stinky.
Yeah, Latinos Unidos has decided to give up Pachinki this time, and they're looting the coastal shacks, essentially.
Hey, we keep talking about these teams at the bottom. Change it up. Change it now, because it's going to be too late before you know it, and they are going to be changing it up this game. Unfortunate for them, they will not be favored within circle number 1.
Certainly not. About as unfavored as you can get. As
points for trying.
Look at this little spooky outfit. The skeleton fit from Rolex. He's looking quite fly. Wouldn't expect anything less from Rolex. Apparently he's quite the...
Fashionista. Fashionista?
Quite the hype beast.
Hype beast. That's what you guys call him.
Yep. C9 now looking at Latinos Unidos. So maybe Latinos Unidos have jumped out of the fry pan and into the fire when it comes to dropping on teams.
There's only one member out here, though. That's why we saw Percocet, I was going to say not take shots, but actually will be taking the shots as the other members of C9 are going to be pulling up to provide that support.
Not bad. Shotgun and a UMP. Not ideal, but work with what you can get. Oh, they're turning back, actually. They're angry.
It's a quick U-turn over here. Titan with the M4 going to be pulling out. Level 2 helm. Level 2 vest. Going to be trying to get an off angle on to this one.
So obviously they've come in with a game plan here. Unfortunately for them, Percocet has found the first knock and flush of the game. Gets around the corner back to safety 2. He has a full medkit and some painkillers so he can work it out.
Ooh, Chacho.
Chacho answering back onto Cloud9, but there are Cloud9 members in the area, but not close enough to help as Unamed and Beowulf are actually in the South Georgia Pole area. So this is a solid 2v4 engagement that happened. Of course, Cloud9 have evened the numbers up to a 2v3, but you'd imagine that that flush is going to come out, and that Cloud9 member will go down pretty early.
Yep.
Percocas is doing Pyra, yeah. He's
Quick fact, Pyra, the support player from the team, likes to be labeled as that. Only 18 years old, young, fresh in the game. 4-finger claw is the preferred strategy when it comes to their playing styles. And
that's Pyra, yeah?
A couple old teams. Yep, Pyra, they used to be on the Misfits, OPGG, Supervillains, and Gangstars. So
good name.
Gangstars and Supervillains, I believe, used to be Beowulf's team as well. So Beowulf and Pyra go way, way, way back when it comes to the PUBG Mobile days.
Well, Beowulf has deserted his boy because South Georgia Pole is where you'll find Beowulf, and around east of Gatco is where you'll find Percocas and Pira. Oh, what was Pira?
Percocas trying to defend now in this
Beowulf's
1v3.
actually pulling up.
Pulling up? Trying to support? Okay, okay.
Coming in from that northern
Uneven
side.
is coming, yeah. They like to go hospital, so it looks like they got on vehicles. They went hospital. They got a couple items of loot.
Is crying in the club at the moment for some help.
Can't be crying in the club.
Can't be crying in the club. That ruins the mood.
As we see Percocas just camping.
His head's poking out occasionally. He might just wear a shot for it. He does drop very low. He might need to use the full medkit here if he can find any sort of safety, but this top floor is very prone to getting grenaded.
Yep.
And he's very aware of that. These Cloud9 members need to
they're pulling up.
Start to get into this engagement. Yeah, you can see them on the
they're
map.
very close, very close on the map.
You can see it actually right now on the minimap. Pulling up now. I believe Beowulf's actually outside. Percocas actually dropped out the window with the shotgun, trying to get the one tap.
This should be it.
Could be
tagged them.
But it is uneven on the off angle.
The trade.
But that is a wonderful trade coming out, actually.
Da Vinci.
From Da Vinci, yeah, that was a very hard angle to spot that coming through. Is uneven, has pulled up with his little mini Uzi, but he's going to try and look for the revive, you'd think, because pushing onto it could be difficult. Beowulf's angle is going to be paramount here. He's playing from a pretty similar angle to where Uneven finds himself, so the line of sight is not favoring C9 at the moment.
Da Vinci's got full health.
It's a full reset.
Yep, Da Vinci might be trying to get aggressive. They have to assume that the revives are coming out, but Da Vinci will be providing that cover for their squad members to get the revive inside the compound. 2
of the Pittsburgh Knights go down as well, so they're finding their day not going any better than their last game, really.
Beowulf with the scar, holding his ankles over here. He's got the scope.
This angle prevents
Beowulf
Unidos from aggressing, but it also doesn't give C9 aggressive options because Beowulf is so far away. If these 2 players go down, it will be the end of the day from them. You can see the blue moving in too over Beowulf's shoulder. So
I wonder if you get in this US and just send it. I don't know. I don't know because you get backstabbed in the process.
Can be quite rough.
Yeah, you kind of just praying that Latinos Unidos just whiff all their shots here. So we'll see if that will be the case. They are going to be pulling back, making a U-turn, trying to get behind the hills to provide that cover. Yep. And
they might have
been able to get out.
They might have just stolen Latino Unidos's.
No. Uneven pulled up. Okay. Uneven pulled up. So
that would be in the other one. So we do have only 3 players now from the Pittsburgh Knights. They did manage to get Sam up. HQA are exiting the scene of the crime. Just Landland gets himself away.
Salty, Wang, Landland.
There'll be 3 fellas.
Nice little parking spot.
He'll find himself in safety. This
is the Knights compound.
This is the Knights tower.
They love this.
They do love it. It is inside the zone as well. It's pretty central, in fact. It's actually about as central as you can get at the moment. So
the Knights. I love that they have these kind of these plays in the playbook. I feel like
their loot is very bad, though.
Is it?
Yeah, the meds on Jago are slim to none.
Is that why they're not healing up?
Yeah, his helmet is very damaged as well. So
and Infinex on the coastal lines right there, getting close, right? Getting close and personal.
Close.
And they are going to be looted because they dropped center into the military base. So
they're going
to have pretty solid gear. Yeah.
So Knights will have a really rough fight. And we've seen the Knights and Infinex fight here before, and it went Infinex's way. That was the
just by the hair, though.
That was actually the first game we casted together at the PMCO.
It was just like yesterday.
Feels just like yesterday. As Ren gets knocked out, taken down by Team 9, who have found rotating players out, so you believe he'll be finished off.
Got Wang out there. Next circle did pop. looks like the Knights are going to be feeling good over there. Might be able to continue to bridge camp. Team 9, they are going to need to push on over. Nobody in Mill to Minor or Mill to Power quite yet. The farm area looks like it will be pretty solid position when it comes to teams trying to rotate on into the new zone. C9, they finally made it into the circle. They're on the coast, but they're going to have to get in their vehicles and continue the push once again,
That bridge on the eastern side of military base is getting very congested, though. There is a lot of traffic around that area at the moment. Sides like Infinex are in the area. Blood and Loyalty are around. AVX aren't too far off. And there's still 2 across the bridge itself. We do see shots going out now. This is HQA Salty. Watching the AVX guys cross, well, the farmland, really. It is Team 9 and I believe the Unnamed on the other side of the bridge taking shots at each other. Raven gets a knock and a flush, so he's adding to his tally of kills.
We've had similar circles to this in the past, and a lot of squads, they just tend to straight up avoid the East Coast for some reason. The prison, Built to Power, like, no one ever goes there, and they have to have seen this in BOD review.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still, like, kind of struck in a way that no squad is deciding to take up the East Coast. They're all sending it to Milta.
I guess it is easier to rotate east than it is to rotate west, but at the same time, there is a lot of space there being unoccupied as Percasas gets knocked out by one of the Latinos Unidos players. That fight continues to rage on. What feels like hours after it's expired. One of the Pittsburgh Knights players, Vigilante, did get knocked by Infinex, so they'll know who's in what position now. Percasas has just been finished off, so 2 players now for Cloud9. You'd think that their game is going to be incredibly uphill from here.
Yeah, Latinos Unidos kind of hot on the trail of Cloud9 still.
Yeah.
Still fighting them from earlier on. Latinos Unidos were able to find a vehicle. Looks like Method is going to be on the coast camping them, so we'll have to pay attention to the kill feed. But like you said, Ben, that bridge, right now we are looking at Infinex. They're going to be right there on the ridge line, but there's like 3 teams, maybe even 4 in this general area.
Yeah, it's getting quite congested.
Jagger
Infinex
with the
need to decide what they want to do, I'd assume, because they still have...
I think they can remain here for the time being. They don't really need to move anywhere. They're probably going to be favored in the next circle. My question is, Team 9, like, they're in Nova.
Oh, yeah.
Raven is still in Nova looting. I'm sure Raven might have a boat. Yeah, Team 9, though, they're looking to make the wide rotate. We see AVX take up that coast, actually, on the beaches.
Not a bad spot.
To Milta, Spacestation Gaming, they're actually going to be in Milta, kind of sharing it with Team Totality as ATP. Trying to make the push on into here as well, as we're going to pop on over to Enigma, trying to take some shots with the mini down there.
Yeah, the Team Totality, as you mentioned, they're just above that little bit Milta, just south of Shelter. This is a nice little forest area to have. It can be easy to get third-partied here, but if you see them playing pretty spread, so they're getting a lot of information here. It's Cloud9 are holed up in a house. The circle does shift north directly, really. Prison, Shelter are all in it. Milta's in the south of it.
Okay.
That's a really rough circle for some of these teams, especially the ones around that bridge area. There is a long rotate for a lot of these teams, and it's going to get
fight still ringing on here. Beowulf's going to be on the roof, trying to connect on to Chacho. Chacho, will be thirsted over here. Latinos Unidos still trying to clutch a victory here. Some chicken nuggets on to C9. C9 not being favored at all. Once again, since the very beginning of this game, going to have to continue pushing on into zone. We see ATP rotating towards that mansion area. Team 9, they're going to be probably walking across the bridge. I don't think they're going to be camped for much longer, as we do see ATP crashing onto one of the members from 6 Angry Men.
And they're going to claim that fight, it looks like. That 6 Angry Man is not long for the day, so he's done for the day, and he'll go back, charge his phone, maybe have some dinner or something. As Sam, actually, from the Pittsburgh Knights gets knocked out. That's an interesting one, because that leaves them pretty vulnerable, and they have to rotate to get out of that Knights compound, we've dubbed it, because it is just where we find them, essentially, if the circle ever goes to the east.
Yeah, you mentioned the Knights. They had, coming into today, 46 kills, all right? The team had a team average of 9.7k damage here so far.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad. Jagger, 13 of those kills, around 3.3k damage. Sam, 14 of those kills with around 2.4k damage. Then J7 with, I believe, 19 of the kills with 2.1k damage. So when it comes to damage, it's pretty evened out, right? And when it comes to kills, so everybody putting in the same amount of work. I want to say they're splitting it up 25% each there. So definitely solid. Yeah, roundabouts there.
Not bad at all, actually. As we saw Barpa with 57% of his team damage this game. So he's doing pretty well.
Yep.
Sam's bled out, though, so he'll be done. He'll be leading from the bench now. That leaves 2 players up for the Pittsburgh Knights. Team that we haven't seen claim a chicken dinner yet, but you'd think will be on the cusp is the Spacestation Gaming guys.
So checking around here. Team 9 did make it on in. Blood and Loyalty are in down there in the south. We're looking at Simplicity.
It looks like
they're going to be by Shelter. Yeah, it looks like a lot of squads are in this area. We don't quite see them yet on our map, but see the doc looking across the way, trying to scout out these different compounds that might have some enemies in there. HQA, is that 4 members in a shack?
Yeah, they got 4 members in a shack. That's not where you want to be. Interestingly enough, most of the teams that were in that southern side near that military base bridge
they made it.
On the east, they made it, but they all rotated north to make it. So if the circle shifts east or southeast,
all right, it's pretty center.
That's pretty center. Prison's still in there, but that's not where you want to be. Above prison isn't too bad.
I think AVX are actually above prison.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
The Knights are kind of on the entrance of prison. So for their sake, like you said, the doc going to be using the VSS trying to take out the door. They know that HQA needs to push on out of that shack now, as it is not favored. They do have a vehicle. I believe the tires are already popped, or the doc trying to pop those tires over there. They also have a buggy behind there, so I wouldn't be surprised if the doc will take some shots at the buggy, try to pop those tires, try to limit their utility when it comes to their rotations, pushing on out of that 4-man shack.
We did see Latinos Unidos bleed out to the blue, so they're done for the day. Not the best day for them.
We'll have one more game day.
Yeah, they'll have one more game day, 4 more games for them to try and prove themselves, and probably create a little bit of history with making the run back.
History is a mystery.
Certainly is.
Not really.
Actually, no, history is pretty
the future,
defined. The future is a bit of a mystery. Goose going into the shelter, not exactly the place I'd choose, but I think he can pop out on the other side of the circle.
Definitely other
Here we go.
entrances, so they'll be able to pop out.
B2W onto Method. This is a key fight. Monarch actually being found a little bit overextended, so he'll get punished for it. Found with only a tree for cover, but there is a third party laying into this. This Simplicity on the back end. They're starting to really put the hurt on. They've actually got a knock onto one of the members, but now the Pittsburgh Knights in the northern side of things are getting involved. Fights break out all across the map, which is what you see when you see 15 teams alive around about 17 minutes into the game.
HQA still being camped in their shack over there by Simplicity.
I don't know how they're going to get out.
6 angry men are also in the general area, so we'll have to pay attention to the kill feed as we see a couple members from Spacestation. They're going to be occupying those woods over there. Oh, here comes the doc. Yep.
Oh, that's a nice shot from Clay with that Car 98. Getting one knock and a headshot, and he's trying to go for the no-scope. Don't know about that.
Yeah, trying to get the confirm on the woods out here. Parka is going to be down there. Smokes out. Simplicity trying to backstab this fight as well.
That Clay zone's playing.
Oh, the vehicle explosion from Clay.
The ticking time bombs do go out, and
G-Fan connecting on the
that might be 6 angry men going down, actually. Might have lost another one.
Yep. Oh, helmet off. Yep. HQA, look at HQA. They're getting shredded right now.
They are getting. They're between a rock and a hard place. They can't get out of that, you'd think. Blood and Loyalty have poked the bear. That is Infinex. So their staff player from last game, Fantasy, is finding himself looking for worms in the dirt.
Well, worms are on Miramar. Snakes are on Erangel.
Okay, so he's just face down for no reason then.
A lot of vehicle explosions this game. A lot of squads utilizing the splash damage from that to inflict some damage. Simple, tossing a Hail Mary down there.
Didn't get anything.
Didn't get nothing.
Oh, that one
Oh, the second one landed right on the Cobra.
So that was actually Simple's grenade. So we heard one previously explode. It wasn't his, so apologies to
look at that throw. I mean, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's got an arm like a rocket.
So waiting for the next circle. HQA still alive. Land trying to run their way on into new zone. Simplicity are going to be gatekeeping pretty hard right there. Probably asking for a toll if you were Land trying to make your way on in here. Land going to be healing up in the blue.
Yeah, he's not making it out.
Beowulf is actually in the prison, so that's going to be interesting. I believe Beowulf might be the solo member for C9. Will be favored in the next zone. We got Method in the north. B2W once again find themselves in a good position. Only thing is, can they survive?
Well, I got Simplicity coming in from the west and Method on the east. And that tree, it's cover, but for how long?
For a long time. For a long time for now.
Well, he's actually just got knocked by an alternate angle as Parker has been taken down by Prophecy. You saw that one coming a mile away, really. Method just needed to spread out a little bit more to gain the ground. And HH24 has found himself in a decent position. They might start the gatekeep players in as Infinex is trying to rotate straight past the squad of Team Totality, who have had a good day. They are sitting at the top of the leaderboard.
They made it, too.
They did make it.
Made it right
but then now they're going
Totality.
past Method, so they're really trying.
Yeah, they're going to north.
They're pulling up and they're getting punished. Boy, this could be 2 players going down. It might even be the whole team going down as Infinex.
Yep. Oh,
That's
Beowulf was spotted also.
That's Jagger taking him down with the mini Uzi. All of
They,
a sudden, we're down to 11 teams. We lost 5.
the
names
Knights,
are one of them.
the Knights, they push into prison area to utilize those cliffs as cover.
This could be rough for Infinex as well, as Method know that they're rotating in. Looks like Team Totality from the high ground might get into them. That will be them gone, actually. Infinex down and out. It's all starting to kick off now as B2W and Simplicity are starting to answer onto one another. Look at all the teams that are low and bruised. That's a full clip of 556.
Simplicity right behind them as well. B2W1G still trying to survive. The solo member right here, I don't believe they'll be able to get the revive. AVX, they have 2 members alive, 1 bleeding on out. Killer right there. Possibly smokes. Spacestation Gaming, they're probably not going to allow the revive to happen right now. They do have the high ground position on the boys down here from AVX, and this vehicle not exploded yet, one thing to note, so they do pop over.
B2W just booked their ticket home, I think.
They're
Just blew his own car up and
Oh,
ended his day, actually.
By accident, maybe. They're trying to
maybe
create cover and accidentally too close, so unfortunate. Space Station going to be utilizing these smokes right now. Blood and Loyalty, still 3 alive. Are
certainly
not chickeneers from last game, but definitely fraggers of last game. Racking up a ton of points. Team Totality, 4 members live. Are we going to have the Space Station Gaming versus Team Totality fight that we've all been?
Dinner.
Yeah, and looking at the edge of the zone, they're right next to each other down there in the south.
And they'll know from the kill feed. They'll know the timing of the kills with the shots. They'll know that who is in what area. Simplicity are down to 2 players, although they have 4 alive. There's only 2 active.
I want to see Space Station and Tempo.
Oh, there we go.
Or I mean, Totality.
Sixless getting knocked by Space Station. Sixless getting knocked by Tensor. Clay again with that Car 98. He's already found 1 head with it, so he's looking for more. The Pittsburgh Knights have been playing spoiler though. They've managed to get themselves up this ravine. Jagger and Vigilante, the last 2 players. But they might have been found out now. Jagger gets sprayed down very low by Prophecy. Blood and Loyalty, they're bleeding out, and that just might be them gone. As
I mean, they had a really good game.
Team Totality, have claimed their number. Space Station Gaming, they've got all of them alive. Now they're pushing on.
Rolex with the backstab.
This could be it onto the side of Team Totality. They're lining their shots up. They might know.
Enigma knows. Yep, Enigma popping their head. Going to be taking some shots on the Rolex. So not quite backstab, but definitely getting close and personal.
Circle's forcing them closer and closer together. As Jagger and Vigilante trying to get out of that. Jagger's on 1 HP.
Drive in. Up these rocks. Going to be making it.
Surely he gets out meds now. Yeah, there we go. He's trying to avoid that shot from the AVX player. Fortunately enough, there's pressure coming in from all sides.
I think they're in the zone there.
It might just be.
Yeah, might run the tip. Method right behind him.
Might try and get a little further in. But they do have to be very wary of Method rotating in from the north. As Tensor gets a knock onto Angry, so this could be some spicy action. AVX grenade knocks Jagger down. Vigilante stays up.
Should be able to get the revive. There goes Irish from Simplicity. I believe they're out. Juicy going to be returning on the Tensor.
Richie from the long range spray gets 1 on the deck.
Getting the flush on the 6-list. Hate to see it.
Now we see Space Station in a really rough spot. They've only got 2 alive and active. They might be able to get that res, but AVX are so close, and Team Totality have no pressure on them at the moment.
Yeah, ADP, they're just holding back right now. They have some cover. I don't even know ADP. They are going to be taking some shots.
Oh, now they do.
Yep. HH24 going to be confirming some more kills onto Space Station. There goes Rolex. So Juicy should be able to get Angry up, healing him up. But HH24 taking some pot shots into the smoke. Will be connecting on the Juicy.
He's looking for that last member. He doesn't know where Juicy is.
Oh, no.
The kill was stolen by AVX, so
it's falling apart right now for Spacestation. They're getting pinched by 2 different squads.
They are, and 8DP didn't help him out too much. Maybe a little bit late to the party. As 8DP finally knock a Team Totality member out.
Oh, Angry.
But it's too late.
And the smoke.
Angry is.
HH24.
This is a nice
the
spray.
Shot ever.
8DP finding themselves in the crosshairs of Prophecy. Method had a good day, and that continues. As they're lining more and more kills up.
Spraying across the map right now.
Just not getting the bullet drop he needs, I guess, to get it off. And Everfury's found a higher position. He's going to be able to get a trade, but
8DP losing some members.
Yeah.
Team Totality will be favored in the next zone. They do have some cover with their vehicles. Easy going for the revive just in the nick of time. Helmet
he's really
about to bleed on out. Bappa also bleeding on out.
Just lost Space Station. Angry went down to HH24. That was his 5th kill of the game, so HH24. Big numbers once more from the big boy.
Totality winning that fight then.
Yeah, they certainly have. Method are starting to spray in. AVX have answered onto the side of Pittsburgh Knights, so they go out. AVX find themselves in a top 4 position for the first time in what I can remember.
Yep.
HH24 is fragging out today, though. He has been an absolute star from start to finish. No surprise. I mentioned at the start of the day, when he's alive,
ooh, spotted though by
very
Prophecy.
hairy for other squads.
Method, they're doing a good job at safeguarding the north here. They got a little split going on right now. They're going to be inflicting damage onto multiple teams who are taking shots on Team Totality, AVX, 8DP. So they're not scared at all as Bappa going to be crawling, going to be spotting Clay, going to be taking some shots with the Scar. There's going to be a crate right smack in the middle. We see some grenades from Shifan connecting onto Enigma. Looks like 8DP might be forced to push onto Totality. Totality are in a very challenging spot. They could get sandwiched here. Richie right between these vehicles.
Enigma's confirmed. This could be very, very rough for the side of Team Totality, though, because they're getting sandwiched a little bit, but they'll have to fight their way out of it. Everfury and 8DP trading shots. Everfury will be knocked and confirmed. HH24
6 kills.
Stealing that one. Getting one back for the one that was stolen from him.
Prophecy moving up right now.
Tempest with
in the grass. Suppressed.
Yeah.
Could catch him off guard. You're going to be spotting Richie. Oh. Ooh.
Doesn't quite get Richie.
Maybe trying to explode the US. Might be the play.
Everfury does get helmet off in the end of the day. He bleeds out. All the teams are walking a little wounded.
I'm this position right here. I mean, they have the hill, right? The hill goes up. That's where the 3 squads are. So I believe they're out of the sight lines for the time being, and they're pretty center.
They'll have to be relying on the third-party action. Those Richie is starting to answer onto the ATP. Tensa's found a snake in the grass. He puts Tempest down.
The suppressed play right now is just insane.
And they're looking for that last AVX member, and they won't be able to find him. Richie's answering onto the side of ATP Gold. They're down to 1 player as well. So both of these squads to their sides, to their flanks, have been cleared out by the side of Team Totality. Our current leaders on the leaderboard look to continue their great form.
Yeah, they overtook the Unnamed in game number 1 here, right?
They haven't looked back since.
Easy. The snake in the grass. They know Team Totality's up here.
No vest.
Helmet's already
Helmet's broken.
Down.
He's taking his backpack off, and that's AVX gone. So now it really does come down to Method versus Team Totality, and if the
Tense on the rock.
8DP Gold can play any spoiler.
The double.
Prophecy gets taken out, and now it just is 8DP Gold's last player in the 3v1 situation.
Easy.
Team Totality, they got 3 chicken dinners on the last time we saw them play.
16 kills so far, possibly 17 kills here. If they can defeat the final boss of Easy. Easy's going to be popping up, taking some shots, running and gunning onto H24, but will be spotted. Team Totality, winner, chicken dinner. H24, 7 kills, Tensa, 5 kills, Richie, 4 kills, Enigma, 1 kill. Getting their second chicken dinner here of the day.
That's a big one too. They dominated Erangel from start to finish today. Winning the first, winning the last, 17 on the chicken dinner. That's a big one.
Highlights!
There were a few highlights too. This early fight between Latinos, Unidos, and Cloud9 hurting both teams so very much.
What a game. What a game.
A game to end the day.
The very start of the game, we had this fight between C9 and Latinos Unidos, which carried on for quite some time as both squads were kind of neck to neck, pushing on into zones. Yep, when it comes to rotations. Clay with the shot from downtown will be connecting on to one of those members from B2W. B2W vehicle explosions. You see all pop up right there. Exploding in the air. A little bit.
Yeah, this is where all the action started to kick off though. Your highlights will be from this side of this end of the game because there was so many nice little gunfights here. This was HH24 with that AK getting a nice little spray down. So they get that knock, and we saw so many long distance sprays get results just because there was no hard cover really. Teams had to try and use cards, they had to use little rocks to try and get them. But you see, as soon as they saw that snake in the grass, it was so easy. And Richie, this was a nice shot here with his silenced Scar or M4. Use it out. This was the end of the game. That was easy, getting picked up, picked off.
Yeah, that's why I always say, you see some smokes over there. Yes, smokes provide cover, but it's also like a beacon, like, hey, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And that's where we saw HH24 looking down there at Spacestation Gaming, just taking random shots, able to connect and get a couple knocks. Very important knocks there. Saw a couple team members out there actually take some shots into smokes. I like to see it.
Yeah, spraying smokes, always handy. Smokes don't block bullets. Bullets still go through them.
Blocks vision.
Blocks vision, not bullets.
So,
but again, the teams are getting better and better at using those smokes, even dropping fake ones or dropping ones that...
Some bait smokes.
Bait smokes. It's not bad. Not a bad play.
Not bad. I mean, wow. Well, how many kills was that from
17.
Totality? 17. How many kills did they get in game one? Was it
10er, I think it
10,
was.
so
maybe it was 10 or 11.
Definitely doubling up. They started today in second place, so they were already up there on the leaderboard. When it comes to squads and bragging rights now, the great battle between Spacestation and Team Totality.
It's well and truly gone in favor of Team Totality.
I mean, we're going to have another day for the squads to duke it out.
Certainly.
But Team Totality definitely putting their money where their mouth is, I would say.
Yeah, they certainly did. They laid down the gauntlet at the start of the day with a nice little tweet.
Yeah.
And they backed it up with some brilliant gameplay today. Space Station still unable to claim a chicken dinner in our semi-finals. They still have 4 games.
Consistent.
Yeah, I mean, they find themselves around 5th, 6th position, maybe a bit higher because some teams haven't played, but they're still finding consistent games. Maybe today wasn't their finest hour. They still got a few they got a second place, that was a nice one, or third place, sorry, that was nice on Miramar. So it's not the worst results they've ever had, but again, not claiming that chicken dinner. They'll be hungry for it. Maybe they're saving their chicken dinners for the finals.
For the finals. The Unnamed, though. The Unnamed.
They had a very quiet day.
Yeah, I mean, they were in first place coming into today. Raven, the kill leader, as well. You didn't see much from Raven.
No, you'd imagine he would have lost his kill leader status to maybe HH24 or
for
Tensor.
For sure, one of the two. Wonder what maybe that long break that we had, the 4 days, kind of put a halt in their momentum here, their steam rolling. But let's go check out the standings from match number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Team Totality, 17 kills, 20 placement points, 37 total points here. We'll be getting 2 chicken dinners here today, so they're going home full. They are maybe looking for some mashed potatoes on the side right there, as 8DP getting 21 points, Method 17 points.
So it's fantastic stuff from them. AVX as well, claiming some points, much needed. Simplicity, Team 9 are the ones that really needed points in this little graphic. 8DP, they had a poor finish last game, but consistency is key, and they brought themselves back with that last game there. Cloud9, they had poor Erangels today, and that kind of continued on. I believe they got 3 points for both of them.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. Infinex Gaming were another squad that we highlighted. They haven't really pulled up yet.
3 points is what we're talking about. Pretty
HQA
lackluster disappointment.
Yeah.
Lackluster performance from that squad.
HQA started the day in last place, and you'd imagine they'd be around about there, maybe moving 1 position up. 8DP Gold moved into the top 5.
Okay, you like to see it. 223 right now.
Okay.
Definitely
still no chicken dinner from them either.
Definitely trying to spread the gap between first and second to kind of have a buffer coming into the last day.
That is a big buffer actually, and you're looking at about 49 points ish for that buffer.
Yeah, look at the kills. I mean, they're definitely going to break 100 kills.
Maybe 39. But yeah, they'll definitely break 100 for the kills, and 100 kills.
You assume, yeah.
And 129 placements. Those placement points are absolutely outstanding. We saw the group stage, every team plays 12 games, and I believe that was about what Infinex were on. So they've had a fantastic semi-final.
And there's still another day to go.
Yeah, they're well and truly safe, you'd imagine.
I mean, Cloud9, 3rd place right here. Let's go to the mid-pack.
Method are the big movers of the day, you'd say. They've probably had the best day out of the teams that needed to have a good day.
Blood and Loyalty as well. They were on the last page. They did break.
So going up.
Yep, they did breach up into here. So
Infinex move up, but not very much. They won't be safe there at all. The same will go for AVX and maybe Team 9, but you'd say that Team Method would think that with 4 games to go, they could net themselves at least 20 points.
Yeah.
And then they'd feel safe with that.
I feel like Team 9 is safe today.
Today they will be safe, but
tomorrow we'll find out. Yeah, we'll have a better
player.
picture when like Omen, Tempo, Wildcard come into play.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, if you are worried about your positioning, if you're Method, Team 9, Omen Elite, you're a little better off when it comes to the squads that are below them. Because what did we say? 120 is about 115 is about the qualifying points. What we're guessing here.
Yeah. So this Method squad, they need what you'd think is about 15, 20 points from their last 4 games. It's very doable. These are the squads, though. 6 Angry Men, HQA, Latinos, Unidos, Simplicity, B2W. All those squads right now, they're nervous because
very nervous.
They've played 12 games and they haven't managed to get themselves out of the bottom of the board. There's still 8
I mean,
teams
Simplicity, B2W, depending on what happens tomorrow with the other lobby, it's definitely still there. Like the goal,
definitely still there.
Yeah, it's definitely still there. But if you're Latinos, Unidos, HQA, 6 Angry Men, that is going to be quite the challenge.
Yeah, you're probably making plans for making your own flights to Malaysia if you're one of those squads at the moment, because you are very up against the wall. You'd need a 70-point day to finish it off. 70 points, 4 games, that's a big ask from those teams.
Yeah, so what, we had 6 out of the 8 teams in the bottom half leaderboard coming into today. I believe we have 5 now, so one of them was able to breach on into that second page of the leaderboard that will be Blood and Loyalty. So successful day when it comes to for them, especially with all those kills that they had the game before. Team Totality, Dragon Rights.
Of course, that's very important.
And the Unnamed, flip-flop of a day. So
my big ones were Method, though. I think Method were the big winners today. I think they all but secured their spot in the 16. Of course, they still need to finish it off with their last 4 games. They probably need to get about that 15, 20 point mark. But very doable, especially as they were doing that in a game. So very well done from Method today.
All right, so we had a exciting day, to say the least here. The 4 games from groups E and F, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow, G will be playing. So
G will be playing.
I'm a G, you're a G. We're all G's over here. Bow tie Dave still in the chat? I don't know. Will I have a bow tie tomorrow? You have to stick around. You have to tune in and find out. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning on in to another phenomenal day. You are amazing. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Don't go nowhere. Play some more PUBG Mobile.